just grateful. Went out last night with my family. Got to see my dad. Hadn't seen him in about a month. And it was just nice. My out the car, he looked like a young man. He is young, but he got out the car with his swag. And I'm like, look at my daddy. I had to answer because I always get his age right. Hey, how old is you? And so he told me his age. And and I just was like, just proud of my daddy. Like, look at my daddy. He's fresh and just really even in his bad age. As we sat down, he always make it a moment to he was like, I'm my bad age, but I'm still growing, I'm still maturing, I'm still bettering myself and then he teased and was like, he was like, he was telling me like, I'm very proud of you. You've accomplished a lot in your lifetime, and every day that you grow with your spiritual strength inside of you. Because beforehand, he was like real strong for you're a God and you're this and you're that, and you don't have to follow that and this and that. But as the Most High opened his eyes to how much I've humbled and how much I've really changed, and just my standards is higher, and I just don't accept a lot of BS. He just really was like, that spiritual being that you carry in you, keep carrying that with you, because I see it. I see where you get your strength from, and I see, and it was just for me, it was glory to the Most High, because it's like, oh, you get it. Because I had wrote a song 2 years ago, and even with the song, like he loved the song, but he couldn't quite comprehend what I was saying when I said I gave Most High change, so I gave my life to him. And now he sees that because I'm walking that. It ain't just I'm talking. I walk that. But I strive my best every single day. Make sure I'm walking that, and friends, new friends, acquaintances, whatever. No, I have to represent myself a certain way because I'm Israel. People are looking at me. People are watching me. My reputation has to be a certain way. I can't be out here, living like this young lady or living like that young lady, or I have to carry myself a certain way. When I talk to these brothers, I have to make sure that we have an understanding. You can't come at me a certain way. I'm not like her. You come at me with respect. Or I take honor in holding Israel and having that name. I take honor in Nayari, having that name, being spiritually humble, because at that time of my life, that's what I wanted. I had needed to be humbled, and every day the Most High is humbling me more and more. And so I give thanks. I got to learn some new family history that I had no idea about. I only knew about one section of my daddy's side, but I didn't know about the other section, which I learned my daddy's side is just as big as my mama's side. So looking at everybody last night, it was like, my gosh, all these people, I would have walked right past them because we don't look alike. My mom's side, I carry more of my mom features than my daddy's side. And so my mom's side, I can look at everybody. It's people I've met that I didn't even know. And I'd be like, you a Collis. And they'd be like, how you know? Because I'm one. That's my bloodline too. When we get to talking about the history, and then they like, oh yeah, you fam. But I can see features. With my daddy's side, we all look completely different. There is absolutely no way that you would know that we are kidding. And so now I would have to be like, are you kid to this family, or are you kid to that family? Which I was grateful for because I had no idea. And then being that I am a single woman, I won't necessarily say that I'm looking, but I'm waiting for the moment to be pursued by someone. Then I have to add that into my background when I be like, well, are you kidding to any of these families, just for the sake of making sure that we ain't related, and so I was just really grateful to learn about a lot of things. I learned, we had it at the Madisonville Bowl last night. And I was grateful because I learned that even with that, they've been traditionally in our family, they've been throwing it there traditionally they throw it out there because in that day and time, and probably before I was born, a lot of my family on my daddy's side lived and practically dominated Madisonville. And now they're all spread out from what I'm told. Some of my family I know still live out there. But I was just like, wow, just to learn some family history, because we always hear about, one of my brothers saying, DNA this or family history that, and you really don't put two and two together until you're in that waking in that moment, and history is being fed to you from your kinfolk. So I was very grateful. I had my oldest with me, and I'm so used to not having him with me that I kept forgetting he was with me. My family kept saying, you missing somebody, ain't you? And I kept counting on my hands like, who I'm missing? They're like, where's the oldest boy? I'm like, oh crap, where the boy at? I gotta go. And I'm like, I need you. When I want you, because he's at that age right now, I forgot about him. You old enough to be able to, you know how you was when you was a kid. When I move, you move. Just like that. Like the song went. And so I kept forgetting about him, but he caught on. After I forgot about him, he caught on. Stay next to me, stay next to your grandpa, stay next to somebody. Because if I would have left, you would have been here. I would have completely forgot about you because I'm not used to carrying him. I usually always have the little, So, but I was thankful that he was there because I got a picture of him and my dad. My dad and him, they was having they man to young man conversation, and it got some things set up to where they could continue to build. Because I had to tell my dad, I had to humble myself. I had to tell my dad, like, Dad, look, I can't teach this young man how to be a man. I'm a woman. I can't do it. I don't know what the HE hockey sticks I'm doing. I have no idea what to tell, how to raise neither one of my boys on being a man. I'm not a man. I have no idea what it's like to be in y'all shoes, except for the struggles that I'm living today because I don't have one. And other than that, I don't know what it feels like to be. I don't know how y'all feel, emotion wise and physically. And I can't. But to me, it looks like he might be having a rough day, and he's like, Mom, I'm fine. But to me, it's like do a job that wasn't meant for me to do. And so I'm telling my daddy, like, I was talking to him. I said, Dad, you got to do this because I don't know what to do. And he's like, he was like, thank you, because he's been trying to do it. But my dad, because of the way that he's lived his life from a little girl, he just was always in the street. And I didn't want that. Little boy. I'm talking about for me. Well, no, for me being a little girl, he was always in the streets. And he could calm down now, but it's like I don't want him. I didn't want that for my kids. I didn't want them to feel like you got to run the streets and this is the way you got to, and this, that, and the third. So I withheld him from being in their life because I was so scared he was going to teach them things that, was going to make them go to prison or, I was high. You wisdom, knowledge, understanding. We've been in the law for about 5 years now. You got to do something. You got to take the Most High with you because I can't do it. So whatever your grandpa shares with you, hopefully that's something that, can be different. And I think that scares me too because it's like, what you going to teach? Let me be a part of this conversation first so I can see if I'm going to agree or disagree. But then I know that's going to be that's going to create more of a problem because I'm still keeping them under my wing. And so I got to learn how to back up, quit babying my boys, let them grow up, be young men, let my daddy ball them up. You got to ball them up. I ain't roll them up. You roll me up and I'm well, that's what I'm saying. What's my point? That's what I'm saying. You get out the way! The way! That's all. Get out the way. You been away. Get out the way. Like I said, he's humbling me. He's humbling me to move because I'm seeing to where my oldest, he needs that man figure. And I can't give it to him, So most times that he stay with me during this journey because this is a hard piece. I'd rather go through everything else. This hard because I don't invested so much into both of their minds, and it's like I just when you want a certain path, and I just pray that it's the Most High path, because I don't know what the Most High path is for. So just keep me in prayer with this. This new journey. I'm for real with my voice. Hallelujah.
You said a mouthful there.
Shabbat Shalom again.
But my man, 1 minute, love, 1 minute. And let them be. Hallelujah. Go ahead, bro.
That's what I want to tell my sister. I'm proud of her because it takes a lot for a woman to I'm gonna step back, let my boys, go to the young men, let my dad, whatever, uncles, big, I'm gonna step back, and it takes a lot for a woman to admit, like, I'm not a man. I can't teach you how to be no man. I don't have that equipment. I can't teach you how to go to breast. I can't do that. So, I just, and that's all y'all, sis. It's all y'all, because it does, when you raise the boys on your own, and they haven't had that male role model in their lives for, all their lives, and then at a point you like, oh, I have to, I can't do that. I don't know that, that's a big step for a woman. So I just want to, say that to my sister. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Third time. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Yahweh, I want to pray for all things, good and bad in my life. Y'all may just be doing good stuff, but I want the good and the bad because it's showing me. And this week was a trying week, but we made it. And a lot of fruits and vegetables. Pain, but a lot of but I'm blessed for that. The family, that is it. I'm blessed that this week I talked to a lot of family members I haven't even spoke to, including my daughters and my mom and my sister, but that's a whole different thing. But I'm just thankful for that. But I understand that y'all's knowledge is with a little kid, because he walked up asking about fringes. And shout out to those who listen in the House of Israel. Now that I put it out there and told y'all that's what you gotta listen to get the word. But he asked about time. I was like, well, I said, don't you have a beginning and an end? He's like, yeah. I said, well, your birthday? He said, yeah. I said, so in time, if y'all willing, you have a long end. You have an end way down the line. He's like, yeah. I said, but day and night. I said, you know when the day begins? He said, yeah. I said, do you know when the day ends? And he was like, yeah. I said, do you know when the night begins? He's like, yeah. I said, you know when the night ends? He's like, yeah. I said, but what do they teach you? I said, what did your daddy teach you? And he was like, a new day starts at the middle of the night. Saying, people gonna tell you things. That's their tradition. What you supposed to be here for? You're gonna look at the laws that the Creator set for. And they never change. Them your signs for life. And with that, I don't know if it was just the way the people were looking at me, because he wasn't my son. He wasn't. And I guess his daddy or mama didn't want to say nothing, but he was like, wow. I was like, see, just like the movie. I said, everybody took stuff from the Most High and they changed it to fit them. I said, people that's going to church, they know it, understand it. I said, you got to understand something that you do. Start getting into the Easter thing and the Christmas, and I was like, well, hold on. I don't want to bust your head. Because I wanted him to really understand why we keep these phrases on us. And that's like to stay in tune and focus on everything that he said. And even though, I told him, I said, even though mine, I got it, I was going to get it. I said, I thought that was wrong because I didn't want that for mine. And after losing one of mine, I saw that I didn't want nobody else. And I said, that's why I'm just telling you this. But after that, you just ask your parents. Say, show it to me. And tell them to explain it to you. Just don't just show it to you, explain it. Because you got to follow what they ask you to do. I said, all I'm doing is just showing you how me and mine did. He looked at me in a way that he wanted to go and understand that, but I had to send him home. But in all honesty, I see that Yahweh anybody from thinking, because the people around us was just looking at me like, That sounds true. That I see it, right. I can visualize what he's saying about they the same night. And I said, they teaching that. I say, you gotta understand that. I say, a old teacher had truth or tradition. Do you want the truth or do you want the tradition? I said, you gotta find out what you're gonna teach yours. But I'm thankful that y'all guys here, everyone above the dirt, all praises, all life. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom. Praise the Most High. Yeah. Hallelujah. Those some powerful testimonies. She took the stage. Praise Yah. It's always a thing when you can sit back, but it ain't just you, sis. I want you to know it's a whole lot of single women in your same situation who have poured a lot of emotions into these young men, and now these young men are very emotional in how they move, and a lot of sisters have blocked men for whatever reason how those men were living their life, and you may have proceeded a bit wrong, but it's not necessary to say that he was going to teach them the street life, but it's good. They ready to get it in now, so praise the Most High Yah for that still with a young man and to help him reach and help him come into their manhood. It's one thing I used to always tell my sons, because I love family reunions. You see, and I don't know why y'all think there's something wrong with it, because it ain't. You got Israel, they had to stay within their tribes. Guess what that means? They cousins. Just something to think about. I like that brother name, because he always say, I'm just here to make you think, and I just want you to think about this. Just think about this right here. Think about what he's saying in Genesis 24. It says, and Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and Yahweh had blessed Abraham in all things. Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house that ruled over all that he had, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh. I will make thee swear by Elohim, by Yahweh Elohim of heaven, and the Elohim of the earth, that thou take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites. They don't give my son to no strange women, these women that I know ain't no good for him. Don't take my well right now. Don't give my son to these women. I know what's some real good women there for my son. That's what I want for my youth. He said, but thou shalt go unto my country. Go where I came from. And to my kindred, and take to my son Isaac. So, when you got family, this family done spread abroad. They done got super thin. You got cousins 4, 5, 6 times over. Don't shy away from it. You never know who you're going to meet. And you might just happen. It might happen like that, but it may not. But with families so spread up, people don't have family reunions no more hardly. Everything is in disarray. Don't be surprised that one day you meet a young man, you meet a young lady, and y'all get to talking and chopping it up, and you're going to find out, like, dang on, that's my cousin's uncle's daughter. It happens. It happens. All right, it happens. But don't shy away from it. Don't shy away from it. Whatever y'all's will is, let it be. But praise the Most High. Y'all, any more comments or testimonies? I will give mine. Hallelujah. This week was a beautiful week. We are on the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And I don't know about y'all, but it was a little more challenging for me this year. A whole lot more challenging for me this year. I found myself almost stressing over this situation. And, because I was like, man, I want to eat something. And I could, it was like a torture almost. But, I heard some powerful teaching this week, and I was really thinking, because this was a time of affliction. So did you feel afflicted? Did you feel like did you press it? Or was you trying to have a good life with the unleavened bread? Because I heard a brother give a class, and I almost kind of agreed with the brother, how it was moving with some of these feast days. Like this was a time of affliction. This was the bread of affliction. It wasn't that we was being afflicted, but it was the bread of affliction. And brother, you pulled out like we even went without water during this time for like 3 days. How many of y'all have water every day this week? Don't lie. Don't lie. I have water every single day. I had juices, so it's a lot that we need to start thinking about on how we doing some things. Not to be over righteous about it, but but try to apply yourself within the confines of it as best as you can so that you can feel the effect. Hallelujah. This week, I've been dealing with a lot of things. I have not been operating within my business, neither one of them. I've been doing other things to try to get some money, and it's because I've really been in a battle with myself. I've been in a mirror going toe with myself, fast money versus slow money, and not being able to put everything together, and just and then I got into a situation, a place where I was like, man, I feel like I need to go talk to a therapist or something. I can't grab my thoughts. I can't get a hold of everything. I feel like I'm stretched a million ways to one. That's how it works. And I love that I'm not afraid to talk to people at random. I love that I had that in me. Because I went to a parent-teachers conference this week. And it was just me and an elder brother that was there. I was talking with the brother. I talked with the elder. I talk to him frequently because I go to quite a bit of parents-teacher conference. And you got kids in school, you should make it your business to attend those parent-teacher conferences. Because the children, if you're a father out here, I'm talking strictly to the fathers. You're a father out here. You got kids out here in school. You got kids in school, but you don't spend no time going to check on your kids at the school. Now, not every father does that, but I see a lot of fathers at the school. But as fathers, we need to participate more in the children's lives. We need to take an hour, half an hour out of your day, go up to the school, check on the kid, spend some time with the kid after school, do some other extracurricular activities throughout the course of the week and on the weekend with your children, fathers. Because the children need to see us more. I keep seeing different things, and I know it's something moving in the earth. I feel it. I know that a lot of fathers are trying to be more involved with their children. And you just heard the testimony of one of our sisters say she been backing up so her sons can get more involved with her father. Because everybody, so it's something moving in the earth with men and women to get the children to go back to the fathers and get the fathers to go back to the children. But I was at the PTO meeting, and I'm talking to this elder. I'm expressing to him the issues that I'm dealing with, the problems that I'm having. I'm trying to grasp everything and put everything together. And after I got done talking to this brother said, man, he said, I'm a therapist. I say, man, praise y'all. Because I was trying to talk to a therapist. And look, y'all a therapist right in my midst. So much so that I'm like, man, I'm ready to get back to work and get busy again. I'm ready to jump back on this horse and go back doing what I need to do, just off the advice he gave me. What he gave me was a confirmation. And I'm thankful for it. Because, it's things you need to do out here. You need to trust in Yah. Believe in Yah. Commit your ways to Yah. Delight yourself in what Yah got going on. Delight in Yah. Cease from anger. Stop getting mad all the time. Stop letting stuff frustrate you all the time. And you can do these things. You can become meek. If you can become meek, you'll find peace. And you'll be at peace. There's a lot going on out here, brothers. So I'm thankful for this week. And, you know, I can't give you enough praise for it. So hallelujah. Anyone else comment? Come on, wish to share. Hallelujah. Before I get down, I will share one thing with you. It's one of my favorite times. Really. I really love this song. It kind of knows what I was just talking about. It's Psalm 37. Let me know. I want to know a little bit what y'all think about this. You know, got some great points in the songs. Psalm 37. Touch back on some things real quick. He said, fret not thyself of evildoers, not be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Trust in Yahweh and do good. Delight thyself also in Yahweh, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. Commit thy ways unto Yahweh. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. Here you got three things, three conditions, three ways in which you should be trying to get yourself to conduct yourself in. You should, one, trust. You can't, if you don't trust, if I don't trust you, I can't be with you. If I don't trust you, I can't even listen to you. You're going to be like, come with me and go over here with me, but I don't trust you, I can't go. I ain't about to go nowhere with you if I don't trust you. And there's so many people that say they trust in Yah, but the minute something happens, it's over with. Ain't no more trust. They don't even trust y'all gonna make it, gonna see them through this situation. They don't have no trust in y'all. That's when you're supposed to trust in the most. When you can't see it. When you don't think it's gonna happen. That's when you lean on him. Then he said, delight thyself also in Yah, and he shall give thee the desires of your heart. If you delight in Yah, think about that. You delight yourself in what Yah got going on. You delight in yourself in Yah. And by doing that, so you thinking in your heart, like, you know what? I'm trying to get this job. If I get this job right here, this job gonna set me up. I ain't gonna have to worry about doing nothing. I'm gonna be able to take care of my family. I'm gonna be able to feed the kid. I'm gonna be able to even save some money. I have not been able to save no money. But if I get this job, I'll be able to pay all my bills and save some money. That's a desire of your heart. Y'all gonna give it to you. And when it comes through, you're gonna be like, because I trusted in Yah. I delighted myself in Yah. You might be walking around and you might not have nothing. And you might be like, man, it would be nice. Car broke down. I got to walk these 10 miles. It would be nice to be walking and somebody I know pull up and I can get a ride there and back. Bam! Because you trusted in Yah. You was walking down the street. Beep, 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 beep. Where you going? Man, hallelujah. I done seen it happen with my own eyes. I know it's real. Trust in Yah. Delight yourself in Yah. And then, once you can trust in Yah, and then you delight yourself in Yah, guess what comes next? Commitment. That's kind of like how a relationship go. You get in a relationship, man and woman, you get in a friendship, you learn to trust each other. Once you learn to trust each other, then you learn how to walk with each other. Now you're delighting in each other. You're like, man, that's my homie. Oh, I know he ain't gonna do that because that's my homie. Oh, I know she ain't gonna do that. That's my girl. I know how they move. Because how you know how they move? Because you trust in them. Because you delight in them. So you with them and you seeing what they doing. And you committed to the relationship. You committed to this. You committed to being a friend. You committed to being a husband. You committed to being a wife. You are committed. Commit yourself to Yah. And if you be committed to Yah, look what Yah said. He said, commit thy ways unto Yahweh, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. So you trust in Yah, you delight in Yah, and then all that, he bring it all to pass. It's no wonder why the righteous don't suffer none. Those that keep their mind stayed on Yah. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light. You moving around, guess what's on you? A light. That's what people be like. When they see you come in, be like, oh, here come that one brother. How you doing, bro? Praise Yah. They don't need worship Yahweh. But because you delighted in Yah, because you trust in Yah, because you committed your ways to Yah, and because you're walking in that, that's what they say. What do you think Yahweh say? I shall be glorified in the midst of the Gentiles. I'm going to get my praise. Well, how is that going to come? How is that going to happen? That only can happen one way. People going to be trusting in Yah. They're going to delight themselves in Yah. They're going to commit their ways to Yah. And when you do that, guess what you become? A peculiar treasure. You become that treasure that Yahweh talking about. So when you out and about in your day-to-day life and in your journey, man, people see you. They like, they putting blessings on you. Right. It's a beautiful thing. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing. And when you can do all of these things, trusting in Yah, delighting in Yah, committing your ways in Yah, then you will rest in Yah. You will find rest and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his ways, because I read so much of Yah, I even see the wickedness that you doing, and I'm like, man, how you doing that wickedness like that? And he prospering from it. Y'all blessing me too, because when they see me, they like, dang, go, cuz you look younger than. That's the. He say, man, the Lord must be blessing you. Man, all you see is praise Yah in these streets. These animals go days without water. They go days without food. Oh, you don't believe me? Watch National Geographic. Do you watch those? Look at the Animal Network and see how them animals are moving. They trusting in the Most High all the time. We gotta trust in the Most High. We gotta get ourselves so humble like a child is. You know what I'm saying? A baby don't think about nothing. They just doing. You be like, no, don't do that. He's like, stop. Leave that alone. Right back at it. We gotta humble yourself, man. We gotta be meek. We gotta bring ourselves down because we done learned a lot of foul things in this life. We done experienced a lot of wickedness. We done seen it with our own eyes. Some of us have even internalized some of this wickedness. Some of us even done lived in this wickedness. Them prosper from this wickedness. Some of us did so much dastardly, dangerous, undespicable. Oh my God! Some of us did some things. You will turn around and down and be like, please don't take him now. We did some foul things growing up, but this is what you can get. Y'all trust in the teachers Yahweh give you, but How you going to trust in the teachers if you ain't teaching it yourself? In other words, what I'm saying, if you ain't reading in this book, if you're not trying to learn what it is that's being taught for yourself, you leaning on somebody else's words. You trusting a man. And Yahweh say the trust in a man is a snare. So don't trust in man, you trust in Yah. Get in this book, read these words, study it, try to figure something out. And then when you study, you're going to come with questions. And then you can go to those that understand it a little bit better than you. You're a young man out here, you should be going to talk to other men. There's plenty of men around you. You 13, 14, 12, 11. You got an issue. You don't know how to deal with it. You don't want to go talk to your mama about it. Well, quit sitting on your daggone behind moping about it. Get up. There's plenty of men around you that you can talk to. Men on your job that you talk to. I'm sure that you done got friends with. There's men in your family you can call and talk to. Uncles, cousins. There's men in your sanctuary that you can talk to. There's men everywhere that you can talk to. And the only time I really see that man is when I'm in passing and picking up my kid, picking up my grandson. But I have some words with that man. That man gave me some great advice. And he was an elder. You cannot be so closed up that you don't want to listen. You can't be so closed up that you don't want to ask for help. Because if your hand closed like this, you can't get no help. A friend extends his hand, and it's an open palm. When it's open, that means put something in it. I'm hungry. Give me some food. I need some knowledge. Give me some wisdom. Help me learn. Give me something. But if I'm like this, you ain't got nothing to give. I can't receive nothing. How am I kidding? I can't receive it. My hands is closed. Because you're too bottled up. Relax yourself. Settle down. Calm down. Don't let people that's doing wickedness and bringing forth wicked devices, don't let them cloud your judgment over. Don't let them be the ones that you're marching to their beat, that you're following after what they're doing because they're making a whole lot of money or because they getting the things that you want to get to and you can't get to it and they get to it fast, so you trying to do what they do. Don't do that. Just keep trusting in the Most High Yah. Keep walking in Yah. Because sometimes things that look good to you ain't good for you. You know, everything that glitter ain't gold. And just because that's water, that don't mean it's fresh. All right? Well, praise Yah. He says, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Okay? Thou diligently consider his place, it shall not be. So sometimes those things, man. I see brothers out here, I really be out in these streets, and they be out here fleece packing. Those things called a fleece pack. You know, that's a fleece. That's the fleece game. You know, you think you're getting some, but you probably getting some clay. Probably getting a bag of parsley, bag of hemlock. You know, you getting something that smells, but it ain't what it's supposed to be. That's the fleece. And men out here are doing that and coming up wickedly. You're going to buy houses, and the person selling you the house, they don't even got no paperwork for the house, but they done sold you the house. You've been living in the house for 6 months now, and now you've been paying them rent. But then the rent show up, and now you on the street. And somehow, you're like, man, I'm gonna learn how to do that too. Nah, brother, don't follow after that wickedness. Them wicked devices that people are doing that's becoming rich, that's becoming wealthy, committing bank fraud and all type of fraudulent things just to get ahead. Don't go them ways. Trust in Yah. stay focused on Yah, and he will deliver you the desires of your heart if you trust him. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnash upon and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. Yahweh shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and the needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. You out, you see a brother, you trying to help a brother out, and then right there, you trying to help this brother out, there's another brother out. Do that? Why you can't do this a bum? Do this on dope. Leave dude alone. But don't let that turn your heart because something you was going to do. It don't matter what nobody else saying. It was in your heart to do something for that man. You let the wicked stop you from receiving your blessing. It don't matter what that man was doing in his life or how that man did in his life. If it's on your heart to help that man because it's on your heart. Don't worry about what's going on. It's on your heart to help him for a reason. Help him. And after you help him, leave it in be. Because that's when your blessing going to come. It was just on your heart to help that man, though. But you got to be careful. You got to be careful. Because people prey on that weakness. So you got to be mindful of those things. But don't ever go against when Yah put something upon you. And you know it be Yah. Is it of Yah or is it of yourself? Just something to think about. Just something to think about. It says, their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. So when the wicked come up against the righteous, when the wicked seek out to slay the righteous, with his words of deceit and his word of destruction. Everything he said about them, that's how and when you walking out there, you will see it. You will see it. There's so many people trying to block you from getting somewhere, and they just talk about your back, and they just doing this and doing that. But if you trust in Yah, stay focused on Yah. Stay in tune with Yah. Everything that they say against you will come back on you. Just like it did that brother in the book of Esther. Speaking all the words against the children of Israel. Put all the hate on the children of Israel. And it only costing his life. It costing his whole entire family life. And everybody that was in cahoots with him, it costing their life. That's how Yah moves to protect those that trust in him, that walk with him. You say, I'm a rider for Yah. When you ride for Yah, Yah gonna ride for you. And when you pray to Yah, Yah gonna hear your. I ain't praying no more. I ain't gonna pray that way. I wasn't ready for that. But you gotta know it's gonna be done. It will be done. A little that a righteous man has is better than the riches of many wicked. A little righteousness is better than what the wicked got in abundance. The little bit that you got. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but Yahweh upholdeth the righteous. Yahweh knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. They shall not be ashamed in the evil time, and in the days of famine, consumed into smoke, they shall consume away. The wicked borroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous showeth mercy and giveth. For such as be blessed of him shall inherit the earth, and they shall be cursed of him shall be cut off. The steps of a good man are ordered by Yahweh, and he delighted in his ways. When you see a good man walking, you be like, that's a good man right there. That's a good brother right there. You know what? That's a good sister right there. And you can be like, man, you know what? Since I known that person, they've been damn upright and good. That person's steps is ordered by Yah. The steps of the righteous is ordered by Yah. I want my steps ordered by Yah. I want my steps to be walking, you know, they're like them footprints in the sand. That's all I want too. I want to be able to see them steps like, man, that was Yahweh holding me all that time. I thought I was holding myself up walking all that way. But that was the Most High Yah with me. He gave me an inheritance. He blessed me. He looked after me when I was in my lowest estate. When I didn't even think I had nothing left in me to give. Yahweh was there. But nobody else there. Couldn't nobody else even come to my aid. When I was laying in that bed, and didn't know if I was going to wake up the next day. I was staring down the barrel of that daggone gun. Didn't know if I was going to see a flash or not. Steps. When the righteous man go down, and you was righteous, Yahweh hold you up. You won't even fall. You might scuff your knee, but you ain't going to fall. You're going to get back up. Because that's what Yahweh said. But when the wicked fall, ain't no coming back. And we see them. We see them boys out there robbing folks, doing wicked, taking from good people. Just robbing folks for no reason. And then you hear a couple of weeks later, he got shot in the face. Because he's out here doing wickedness. Man, out here raping kids, doing wickedness. Just doing unimaginable things to people. Then you look up and see they done got brutally murdered. Be wise in how you move out here in these streets. Be wise when you go away from people that's doing wicked things and doing evil things. You know, get away from them folks. Maybe your family member. You know, get away from them. Love them from a distance. Don't let that drama get caught up in your life. You know, don't let people bring exposure to you for things. Yes, sir.
Yeah, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
On that gun violence thing, just to clarity that they said that 2020. So, hallelujah for the message you bring, my brother. Yeah, but I just wanted to bring that current event to you too.
Hallelujah. You hear that? More children are dying by gunshot than by a car accident. That's straight bullets. Kids out here running around shooting guns. For what? Grown age? Because you ran up on this old man? Or because this old dude just a fool in the streets? And he ain't never learned nothing. He ain't never known no better. And because you a young man and you coming up on what you supposed to be doing, this old fool over here that ain't never known nothing, ain't never had nothing, ain't never cared about nobody took you out. Because you said something to him. It's foolishness out here in these streets. You gotta trust in Yah. You gotta find the path, man. So many of our children out here that they don't have no clue of what they're doing. But they swear up and down that they've grown already. And that's because of the parents. That's because some of us have dropped the ball. Some of us have relinquished our duty and started letting these children raise themselves. Let the children decide what's going to happen. Letting the children govern everything. But that's what the scriptures say. See, I've been old, not yet, I'm getting there, but I've been young, and now yet my grandson would say I'm old, but I'm far from it. I'm a young man. I'm approaching old age, but I'm like 30 years from being an elder. Eldership don't start till I'm 80. All right. That's when you gonna be like, here, elder. Yeah, I'm 80 years old, and I'll be looking like this at 80. You know, but praise y'all. He said, I've been young, and now am old, and yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging for bread. Why is that? You know why that is? Because the righteous trust in Yah. The righteous delight in Yah. The righteous commit their ways to Yah. And because the righteous do those things, they rest in Yah. They got peace in Yah. They don't want for nothing. Even when it looks like they want for something, they don't need nothing. Yahweh give the righteous the desires of their heart. Yahweh give the righteous the desires of their heart. Yahweh order the steps of the righteous man. That's what Yahweh do. He is ever merciful and lending, and his seed is blessed. That is the righteous. Depart from evil and do good, and dwell forevermore. For Yahweh loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. And forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever. But the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. They were just having a canning class up on 1664. They was preserving fruits and vegetables and things and canning. That's righteousness. That's what y'all saying. The righteous is preserved. When you righteous, he put you up. So you can be here to teach more righteousness. So you can be here to show forth your righteousness. So many times people think that you got to teach when you talk. But you ain't even got to teach them when you talk. The best teacher is example. Words can be fleeting. You know, people say a lot of words and they don't mean nothing. They just talking just to be talking. It's just a lot of words. Don't listen to what people always got to say. Listen and see how they walking. When you see how somebody walk, they walk, tell you their words. That's what they tell you about being successful. Success leaves clues. If you want to be successful, you look at other successful people. It ain't hard. It ain't rocket science. You just got to look and see what they did to become successful. Because success leaves clues. If you want to be broke, don't save no money. It's not rocket science. Isn't that what Joseph taught the Pharaoh and the people in Egypt as they were approaching the great famine that was coming? He said, hey, for these first 7 years, what we're going to do is we're going to put up a little bit. Everything that come in, we're going to put a third of it up. We're going to put a tenth of it up. Everything that come in, we're going to put a tenth of it up. We ain't going to touch it. Well, imagine what would happen if you did that for your own self. If you ever read a book called The Richest Man in Babylon? The Richest Man in Babylon, that's one of the philosophies that they teach in that book as well. That comes from Joseph. Put up a little bit. A little bit go a long way. Put up a little bit. You got a basket right here and a basket right here. This your basket. This the basket for everything else. This basket get it first. I put some here first. Then I give them some. And that's one thing we don't do. We don't pay ourselves first. We don't pay ourselves first. It's a lesson I've been trying to learn for the last 17 years, seems like. Pay yourself first. The righteous shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. The mouth of the righteous speaketh wisdom, and his tongue talketh of judgment. The law of his Elohim is in his heart. None of his steps shall slide. The wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him. Yahweh will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. Isn't that what happened to Job? Didn't Yahweh call all his sons to come before him? And then he professed to all his sons that Job was by far one of his righteous servants. And didn't one of his sons say to him by the name of the devil or the Satan or however they want to call him, the adversary, to go out and do Yah's work? But then he say, Father, you got your hands on him. If you take your hands off of him, he'll curse you to your face. And Yahweh say, my hands is off of him. Go ahead and judge him. Go ahead and test him. Just don't take his life. You can take everything else from him, but don't take his life. You can afflict his body with boils and everything, but don't take his life. He put that brother to the test. And when he put it to the test, his feet didn't slip. He trusted in Yah. He stayed firm in Yah. And Yah did just that. The law of Yah was in his mouth and in his heart, and none of his steps shall slide. And Yahweh will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged. And what happened to that brother Job when he came forth out of that affliction? He was blessed. He was blessed twice as much as he had before. Man, praise Yah. Hallelujah. Gotta wait. And he shall exalt thee. And he will exalt thee. Wicked are cut off. Thou shalt see it. Yahweh said we're going to see when the wicked get cut off the land. He said we're going to see it. I hope we be counted in it and we're not counted as a part of the wicked. I pray that we be counted with the righteous. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. Yet he passed away, and lo, he was not. Yea, I saw him, but he could not be found. Mark the perfect man, and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace. You know, I want to go the way, I want to die the death of the righteous. When I leave this earth, I pray that I leave this earth peacefully. I don't want to leave this earth in no horrible car accident. I don't want to leave this earth jumping out of a plane or jumping out of the 100th floor of a building because a plane done crashed into it. I don't want to leave this earth drowning in no water. I don't want to leave this earth being ate up by an alligator or some other ravenous beast out here. I pray to Yah that I'm able to leave this earth in a righteous and in peace. In righteousness and in peace. Like I want to leave this earth as my grandma left this earth in a sleep. Just dreaming of peacefulness, dreaming of the most how beautiful he is on this earth. But the transgressors be destroyed together. The end of the wicked shall be cut off. But salvation of the righteous is of Yahweh. He is their strength in time of trouble, and Yahweh shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them because they trust in him. Hallelujah. 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 Praise the Most High Yah. Yahweh is righteous all the time. This scraggly voice and praise the Most High for you. But without any further ado, without no more delay, we are ready. Go ahead and put your hands together as we bring him up. Moray and Ron. Hallelujah. Always more.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yahweh.
Praise mighty Yahweh.
Yah is righteous
Yahweh is righteous.
all the time.
All the time.
May be seated.
Hallelujah.
Again, Shabbat Shalom to all you beautiful brothers and sisters in the congregational hall
Hallelujah.
on this beautiful day. Shabbat Shalom to all those listening in by all manners of social media. We want to say Shabbat Shalom to you as well. We're praying that the day finds you in good body, good health of the body, of the mind, and most importantly of the spirit. That the Almighty have been a blessing, and His mercy has shined upon you, and His loving kindness and His favor.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. We give Him thanks and Him alone. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Who's strong? Yeah, who's feeling strong? All right. Who's feeling weak? Who's feeling weak? Some ain't had that bread of delight, so they weak.
They cleaned out.
And they weak. Huh? That dainty bread. They had the bread of, as the creator said, of affliction. But it's been good. It's been well. It's been lovely. Week was wonderful. Trying, but wonderful.
Hallelujah.
Wonderful because I was in the land of the living to see each and every day.
Yes, sir.
And see all the things I've seen. Those that I desired to see and those that I did not so much desire to see. But as the scriptures and the song said, Yah keeps making a way out.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. Any questions from anybody that they want to put forth?
I have a question. I'm kind of scared to ask.
You have a question, but you're scared to ask it. Oh boy, it's one of them questions. It's one of them barn burners, huh?
Not really, because we talked about it.
Hallelujah.
Right. I don't want to praise the word be God.
Hallelujah.
We talked about
And
it, so
before you keep going, let me tell you something. No, this one, people are listening. We're not the biggest, but people are listening.
Yes, sir.
People that you think wouldn't listen,
Right.
they listen.
Yes, sir.
So the word of the Almighty
Going forward.
is from this little podium is issuing forth as well.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
So just be cognizant of that. Yes, ma'am. But it don't stop we real. So it don't stop that. So we real. And people got real issues just like you. So yes, ma'am.
that's when you said that. I said, okay, I'm gonna ask it then. I'm under praise the word BC.
Mm-hmm.
So on my so my question is, okay, with the, so I know we've been talking about the family of Yah.
Yes.
With and I know it's culturally we're we're Hebrews, and so it would make sense for us to culturally date another Hebrew that has the same understanding that we have. But one of the problems that I've been running into is spiritually we may connect, but mentally and emotionally we are not. And so it makes it challenging to for me it's a challenge because it's like, I don't know if you really been, led spiritually, because emotionally and mentally we should connect somehow. We got it spiritually, but it ain't happening. And so my question is, and I already know the answer, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. When it comes to, I know in our book, we all should live by the Most High being first and foremost, spiritually. So spiritually, there should be some type of connection. But when you choose, between the three, do you choose spirituality and do not be mentally and emotionally or connected on any other level, which to me is a disaster? Or do you choose, the mental and emotional connection, but then again, it's another disaster because there's nothing spiritually, because maybe you follow two different things, or maybe this person don't follow anything, but they're not following the laws that you know of either. So I kind of feel like I'm stuck in this gray area, and so and then not to mention I was raised on my daddy, so I was raised. Oh, I have morals and values, and my standards just increase daily. And it's not nothing that nobody can meet. It's just I prefer you work for it. You want my number, you gonna work for it. And you just ain't gonna just can I have your number? No, work for it. I need to know your personality and things like that. So I got standards about myself. But and it could just be me, But I'm finding to where I'm just running into multiple problems, And so it's like, I want to be in my culture. I really would love and prefer that, but we're just not connected in any other level but culturally. And for me, it's like, well, spiritually, I'm together. Mentally, emotionally, I'm looking for something healthy. So, or I would prefer that something healthy found me, So, but I'm at a good place, But it's hard to find it. And so I'm stuck. Like, I mean, Most High know what I'm trying to say. He gonna help you out if it be His will, But I'm just stuck in this place, and I'm like, I'm studying the book, and I'm like, okay, like of course, the Most High, His laws, commandments, and things of that, and the testimonies, but also our family of Yahweh. And so I'm like, okay, so I know to look for these characteristics, also the characteristics of myself, but what I'm finding is I might find somebody, or somebody we might have met or been knowing each other for a while. Maybe we have the same characteristics, but spiritually, there's no connection. Which for me, I need that because you can't lead me if the Most High ain't leading you.
Right.
That's why I'm stuck. I need help. I'll praise be to God.
Hallelujah.
I'm a troublemaker today.
Oh no. Very valid. Very valid. Because, like I said, that's real issue. Real people and a lot of people are dealing with that.
It's funny because my question is something similar. Like it's in the area what Sister Naya was talking about. Is it? I'm trying to get my question right. Is it different? How when I met my husband, I'm gonna say when I met my husband, he was already in the law. I wasn't. I had no clue. I used to get attitudes that he used to be talking about because I didn't know. I just knew what I knew, from how Brother Gabriel was saying, from tradition. That's what I knew. So my question is it different from like how Sister Nayari says she's single. So, and she's a woman. So, and, is it different for when a man is trying to pursue a woman that's not in the law, and a woman, that's not in the law trying to pursue a man. You kind of get what I'm.
Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely. I get what you're saying.
And sometimes, like for men and for women that's single, that's in Israel, can your standards kind of like be like a little bit too high? Like, because we Israel, so we looking for that. So sometimes can we just be like, a little bit, how like sometimes, I'm gonna say it like this, like, that person over there is only a 6, but they out here looking for a 11 or a 12. Like, can our standards, and yourself, you only a 6, but you got your standards so high. Can we, as Israel, be just a little bit, sometimes we looking for our mates or trying to get someone to pursue us? Can we just be extra something?
All right.
Too lawful was what she meant.
Yeah.
Too lawful.
Yeah,
Like, hey, you gotta be on y'all.
Yeah,
while
you have
talk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I hope right.
Too much law.
yeah, I mean,
All right.
because we know what we're looking for in our lives. You don't want to, you pursuing someone, like when my husband was pursuing a mate for himself, I understand, what he was looking for in a woman because of how he was trying to, put his family together. And can that be different, for a woman to be, because I have a friend and I tell her that this is my opinion, that because she's single too. So she's always trying to pursue these guys. And I said it because she's always trying to pursue these guys. And I tell her that if a guy or a man, if he likes you and he wants to be with you and he sees these things, he will pursue you. That's my opinion. I don't think that women should we shouldn't have to go after these men, because if a man wants you, he's gonna go after what he wants. Hallelujah.
All right. We getting them now. Yes, ma'am.
I'll honor praise the word. Yeah, I do have another question too. Okay, so because I also thought about letting my father, according to scriptures, choose someone for me.
Yes.
Now here's the caveat.
Oh boy.
I know somebody that he would love.
Yes.
I mean, spitting image, act all the way like my dad.
Mm-hmm.
But he ain't it.
He ain't it. He don't.
And I know
He Israel, but he don't know.
He don't. And so for me, it's like, because I want to honor my father, but I gotta honor y'all first. And so it's like, in your eyes, you may think that this may be the perfect person. And yes, I feel it. I feel it too. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But spiritually,
Mm-hmm.
he can't lead me
Mm-hmm.
like my brother that's really in tune with Yah will be able to. And so for me, it's like, can you work Yah? Most High Yah, he gonna work, he gonna get that with you. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yes. All right. The sisters have spoke. So here go the brothers.
No. Hallelujah.
Here go the brothers.
I ain't gonna go that deep. I just want.
Here go the brothers.
But hallelujah, honor to Yahweh. But the Psalms, the brother was reading, our brother Haikai read that 37,
Mm-hmm.
verse 8. I want to know if that he says cease from anger, but is anger just a selfish thought, or is anger like someone struck my child or offended someone in my family, and now I'm angry at that person. But I gotta control my wrath. It says, cease from anger and don't do evil. But once that anger comes, how can you not have an evil thought? Because isn't revenge righteousness, or is wrath something totally different than vengeance?
All right.
Hallelujah.
I just had to switch this.
Brother Zachariah, yes.
All praises be to the mighty Yah, who is righteous all the time. Hallelujah. I had a question about, I ain't gonna go that deep. I will say a statement like this. There's a such thing as a statement that says, let nature take its place. And that's basically all what it really is. You're trying to force it. You can't force it. You have to allow Yah to work in. That's the whole point of trusting in him. You got to be able to seek nature, let Yah direct you. Because even if you don't want nothing, if Yah wants you to have something, bet your bottom dollar, He's going to send it to you. So you don't have to, you overly allowing your mind to go too far when the simple things is right in your face. Let nature take its place. Trust in Yah. He will bring what he wants you to have in your life. Because that's part of what nature does.
It's already there.
It's already there. It just hasn't manifested itself yet.
That's right.
And that's all it really is. But outside of all that, to get to my little question, was this. There's so many things that's going on with what we eat and different things like that. And my question was to the Moray. I know he spoke on it before, but I'd like for him to reiterate because there's other people that I know that's online that want to hear also. Mushrooms. Is it right for us to eat or is it wrong for us to eat? Is it part of our diet or is it not part of our diet? Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. That's probably the easiest thing out of all the questions that that we got on the floor. But all very, very good.
Hallelujah.
All very relevant. All of them, we've been played with it at some point in time. Book of Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Said that, no, I was just contemplating. I don't necessarily need you to turn there. Just trying to get it straight in my head. But the book of Isaiah said that Yah is our lawgiver.
Mm-hmm.
Yah is our judge.
Mm-hmm.
Yah is our king. And he will save us.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's who I have to look to. As you said earlier, Psalm 37, my brother, what he read, that's who I have to look to. That's who the scriptures tell me to put my trust in. And that's where anyone should start.
Yes, sir.
Because you can hear a lot of things. Somebody said that earlier. You can hear a lot of things. That's why concerning vegetarianism and veganism, you hear a lot of things.
Right. Yes, sir. Make it true.
But it don't make it true.
Right.
Not coming from the Almighty.
Right.
It could be a good decision.
Yeah.
It could be a good decision.
Yeah.
It could be a good decision for you
Mm-hmm.
and your lifestyle.
Right.
But that don't make it
Right.
gospel.
Right.
And it sure don't make it law.
Right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
There's some things I prefer
Mm-hmm.
that you might not prefer.
Right.
That's right.
There's some things that might be advantageous to your body and not advantageous to my body.
Right.
That's why people can have food allergies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Yeah.
But that don't make the food bad. I know people that can't eat fish. Do we go around, are we gonna go around now and say, well, fish is unclean for everybody?
Right. Right. Right.
Says who?
Mm-hmm.
Says who?
Right.
Because I said, no.
Right.
I know people can't eat peanuts.
Right.
Huh? Well, peanuts is bad for everybody.
No. Right.
No. Because who the lawgiver?
Yahweh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the judge?
Yahweh.
Who king?
Yahweh.
Who know what is and what isn't?
Yahweh.
And if he was going to be emphatic on some of the things
Man.
such as that, then he would be emphatic.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Know what I mean? You could say, I did my homework.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I do my homework too.
Mm-hmm.
And Wikipedia or Google or Siri, they told me, because that's when you say you did, that's where you went and did your home. You ain't went
Right.
and did no homework. That's why I always tell the class, I don't come in here having came off the mountain and came down and the Almighty told me something that he ain't gonna tell none of y'all. So I'm gonna deliver this to y'all and blow y'all away with this great revelation. And there ain't nowhere you can go now to get this. Y'all know I don't do that. Matter of fact, I come and I go and I say, go and look at it and search it for yourself because it's there.
Right.
Brother, as we about to start, disagree or agree with me, I know where they at. Well, see, that's a star, isn't it? I went and put up the same sites because I know you ain't went back 2,000-3,000 years ago and sat with King David or sat with Solomon or sat with none of the ancients and you got the chance to see the star of Tuum or the star of the deity. And then you came all the way back to 2022 and said, I know for sure. That's why when I posed to the brother, I said, where is your scripture that can be precise and let me know? And then we deal with that. It's gone.
Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
But on more than two occasions, because it's been asked more than 2 times.
Right.
What have we got? I ain't got one. So what you have is you have your opinion. See?
Yeah, that's what it is.
But opinion, I listen to Al Sharpton, and Al Sharpton, I listen to him for information in this show, no matter what theology is. But he said, we can have our own opinion,
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
but we can't have our own facts.
All right.
Right. That's true.
And a lot of people have their own opinions, but they don't have and stay with the facts.
Right.
And so you'll hear things when people are opinionated.
Mm-hmm.
I don't fact. Thou shalt not eat the swine.
Right.
Ain't opinion.
So nice.
That's fact.
That's fact. Right.
Totally off limits. Fact, thou shalt not eat any creeping thing. Fact. Fact, thou shalt not eat anything that goeth upon his belly. Fact. Fact, thou shalt not eat no blood, no manner of blood. Fact. Huh? Factual, because he emphatically states it that this should not be done. Huh? But then when you get into opinions, and sometimes people are getting into opinions, I can't stress that enough. Because now I'm not telling you to eat them or not. Huh? Some might not like them. I know, because I've done my homework. Huh? I know that they happen to be, and yes, I know they are fungi or fungi, which is what a lot of people use as their reasoning not to eat. But guess what? You just came off of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, but some people in another 4 hours can't wait to put a piece of bread. Dolly Madison. Hi, thank you, brother. You ain't no shame in the game. I wish all of us. Brother, I got the store pegged with a display right there when you walk in, and they got the big bag of Reese Cup. And tomorrow, I'm like Vladimir Putin. It's an all-out assault. Once I get near that salt, Jack, it is an all-out assault. I'm going. Huh? Yes, sir. I'm going. Hallelujah. Huh? I know some folks tonight. If they could raid Nabisco and the Oreo factory, they would be tonight. If they think they were going to jail. Krispy Kreme better get some cooks on standby. They tell you all these stories they want to, but they get in them secret chambers, they getting ready to throw it down. But what I want to say to you, and I said it last week because it's the truth. And again, not because you can look it up. Yeast.
Yes, sir.
Which is in the air.
Yes.
Yeast. What is yeast?
Fungi.
It's a fungi. It's a fungus. It is a fungus. It is a fungus that you use to put in bread to accelerate the rising due to what it does to the molecular composition of the bread, how it attaches and attacks and creates carbon dioxide, which carbon dioxide is a gas, which is why you get the bubbles, which is why the bread starts to fluff and becomes light. But it's a fungus. Not to be dramatic, but like I said, we're real. You wouldn't, and I wouldn't be here if we didn't already have fungi in us. Because the body has a level of fungi in it and bacteria. That's why you have what they call prebiotics and probiotics. This is good bacteria and good fungi that's down in that gut that helps to do things called in your digestive system to help break down food and get food moving. You take those things away and your system is compromised. So fungi. People don't like fungi? I don't see them drinking no beer. I don't see nobody drinking no wine or talking about drinking no wine.
Right. Yeah.
So, and we only speaking because we're gonna be consistent. So take the funky argument out of it. Huh?
Right.
Well, it's not green. He said every green herb.
Right.
Well, then you don't eat yellow squash.
Right.
Hello? You don't eat yellow squash.
Right.
Because yellow squash, I grow them.
Right.
Unless I'm colorblind, yellow squash is what? That's why they call it yellow squash.
Right.
You don't eat carrot.
Right.
Because the carrot is the top of it. That's just the leaf, which most people don't eat. But the carrot itself, where the health is at, where the beta carotene is at, that's a what? That's orange all day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just checking. Maybe my color, my eyesight is going on.
Your eyesight ain't doing
That's
great.
onion.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
White.
Huh?
Yeah.
Red.
Mm-hmm. Yellow.
Because there's a variety of colors in the kaleidoscope
Yes, it
of the
is.
Almighty.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Hallelujah. That's true.
So let's take color out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Now, more importantly, I read something a few years ago that made me wonder. Arsenio Hall, you say things that make you go,
Yeah.
Go to the book of Deuteronomy, 33rd chapter. Well, it grows at night. Well, what doesn't grow at night?
Right.
See, that's another myth.
Right.
What doesn't grow at night? Because it's at night when all things get to retain water.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're dew on the ground in the morning.
Mm-hmm. That's facts.
Deuteronomy 33. This is the great servant of the Almighty. And he's handing out blessings. He's handing out blessings. And let's see how he hands these blessings out. Verse 1. Verse stepped out, so I'm going to take it. And this is the blessing wherewith Moses, the man of Elohim, I know he is,
Mm-hmm.
when they make this statement, is bona fide, the man of Elohim,
Mm-hmm.
blessed the children of Israel before his death. And he said, Yahweh came from Sinai, or Sinai. He rose up from Seir unto them.
Mm-hmm.
He shined forth from Paran. And he came with 10,000s of his saints. That means his angels, though.
Mm.
That's the 10,000s he came with. Yeah, he rolled deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rolled like that.
Yeah.
He rolled deep. From his right hand went a fiery law for them. Yea, he loved the people. All his saints
Mm-hmm.
are in thy hand. And they sat down at thy feet. Every one should receive of thy words. And here, that's his people. Moses commanded a law, even the inheritance of the congregation of Yaakov. And when Moses was doing this,
Mm-hmm.
he was king. He was king before any other king. He was king in Jezreel.
Mm-hmm.
He was head. When all the heads of the people and the tribes were gathered together, of Israel were gathered together, there was one voice. There was one king. Let Reuben live. Let him not die. Let not his men be few. This is where he's starting to deal out the blessings. This is the blessing of Judah. He said, hear Yahweh the voice of Judah, and bring him unto his people. Let his hand be sufficient for him, and be thou an help to him from his enemies. This is why you see David always praying to the Almighty, talking about he was a help for him from his enemies. And of Levi he said, let thy Thummim and thy Urim be with thy Holy One, whom thou didst prove at Massa, and with whom thou didst strive at the waters of Meribah, who said unto his father and to his mother, I have not seen him, neither did he acknowledge his brethren, nor knew his own children. For they have observed thy word, and kept thy covenant. And they shall teach Yaakov thy statutes, and Israel your law. And they shall put incense before you, and whole burnt sacrifices upon thy altar. That was a blessing for Levi. Bless Yahweh his substance, and accept the work of his hands. Smite through the loins of them that rise against him, and of them that hate him, that they rise not again. So it was very ill fated to speak against the priests, the sons of Levi, to disrespect them. That's why they were so revered. But that's also how they became so corruptible, because they took advantage of this blessing, as men do, and knowing that they are revered, as men do. Still today they can do it, knowing that they are revered. They made it corruptible. That's what the Creator meant in the book of Malachi, where he said, you have corrupted the table, because you left off from using your blessing to exalt me. And now you use your blessing for your own benefit. So when the people come to you for my word, some of y'all, you teach them anything and everything, because you know that they're going to revere you. They do revere you and respect you. Because of this great blessing. Because they was to be revealed. Why he said, see, this is going to go along the book. Forsake not the Levite. All these laws that he gives about the Levite and maintaining the Levite and taking care of the Levite, it all falls along with this blessing. Again, it was a very ill-fated thing to deal hard by the Levite. They're the righteous of Yah. Verse 12, he said, and of Benjamin, he said, the beloved of Yah shall dwell in safety by him. Yah shall cover him all the day long, and he shall dwell between his shoulders. And of Joseph, he said, blessed of Yahweh be his land. Now watch this. For the precious things of heaven, for the dew, and for the deep that couches beneath, and for the precious 14, I want you to pick up on it. For the precious fruits brought forth by the sun.
Yes, sir.
The precious fruits, like cucumbers,
Yes, sir.
like greens,
Yes, sir. Great.
like watermelon.
Yes, sir.
When they're their darkest green, that's when they're their darkest green, not light green, but when they're their darkest green, almost looking like they're going to be black. That dark green, that's when you pluck them. Because that means they're full of an vegetative state, chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is to plants like melanin is to the human body. The deeper the richer it is. Huh? That's why for a long time we didn't know no better. Like the old people say, bless our heart. Huh?
Yeah.
We went to school with brothers that was black in them chairs y'all sitting in, and all we knew to do was make fun of them.
Right.
Cap on. Huh? Younger people don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all heard me say it before, but we call them everything. Space Ghost, because that was a little cartoon we had in our time. Y'all that don't know about Space Ghost, look him up later on. You'll see why we talk. They were so black, boy. We were all in the hall. We be like, Space Ghost, and they be looking around everybody. You'll see why. You look him up later on. You'll understand why. Huh? He had on a white outfit, huh? And the rest of it, and it was black, huh? That covered his face, and it was what? Was it black? It was black. So that's what we call them. We call them Space Ghosts. And people just be looking and laughing and everything. We didn't know no better, huh? But we didn't know that black is the black that Solomon talked about in the book of the Song of Solomon when he said, Shakor Ani, I am black. Then somebody said, well, maybe he's talking about the state of being. No, he wasn't talking about the state of being, because he was giving you a comparison. Now he's going to give you a comparison. He said, Shakor Hani, I am black as a tense of Kedar. Those Bedouins that pitched their tent, they pitched a tent, and the fabric of velvet that they used was just a deep black fabric, embroidered with gold and silver and all kind of beautiful embroidering, but the template, the raw material was a pure black velvet. Right. That it was so black, but being velvet, it also shined. So that's what Solomon said when he stood. He said, "Anishkor, right. I am black, but I'm comely. In other words, I'm beautiful as the tents of Kedar." Huh? They're beautiful. That's how beautiful I am. And that meant he was describing for us a century later what he looked like. Just jet black with jet black locks, huh? With sparkling white teeth, because that's what the scriptures say. With eyes of wine. Let me stop describing, because some of y'all didn't ask them questions earlier about me, and y'all might jump up out of here. I saw a little video the other night. Little lady said, "I ain't had no sex." Then she just took off down the aisle in the church. She just ran home. I ain't had no sex. She stopped and she had her feet. She just took off down. I said, "Yeah." And she does get somebody. They in trouble. But no, he was describing himself, and he was saying he was beautiful in that way, huh? Beautiful to be black. But what do we say? Look at that big black, that black dark. We talk about like it's with disdain, huh? You out in the sun, you getting black. Get out that sun. No, huh? We love it. And fruit the same way. As you get that deep green, it's showing you that it's been touched by the sun. The sun is shining on it. This ain't no hate talk or race talk or anything else. This can even be proved scientifically. You bring me a plant, a green plant, you bring me a green plant, that's supposed to be green, and it's starting to turn brown, flake, yellow. That's showing you signs of its decay. If it's supposed to be green, because like I said, there's some things that ain't supposed to be green, huh? But it's showing you signs of decay. That's how you know the decay is there, because it's something wrong with it. Because it's supposed to be touched and drawn from it. And so that's why I said for the precious fruits
Mhm.
brought forth by the sun. But not only that, watch this. And for the precious, what?
Things.
See, it didn't even say fruit. Notice it didn't say fruit again.
Mhm.
It said for the precious what?
Things.
Things brought forth by the what?
The moon.
Because things grow at night as well.
Like mushrooms.
That can be precious. Like certain types. And you do have to know the types
Certain
of shrooms.
Mhm.
That don't make all of them good.
Right.
But guess what?
That's right.
Certain
That don't make every strawberry good.
Sure.
There's some strawberries that you go out there and you plug them right now.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, we're going to visit you in one of these hospitals.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's some berries, you go out there and plug them right now and don't know what you're doing. I can guarantee you, your throat going to start closing up. You're going to be talking, how can somebody help me?
Right.
And all you know is, hey, berries.
Right.
They get down there, tear that stomach up. You go, yeah,
Mhm.
they're the berries. But they wasn't berries for you to eat.
Right. Right.
Snake berries.
Mhm. Right.
Because that wasn't part of the precious things.
Right.
Huh?
Mhm.
Like Morel used to make. Huh? I'm getting ready to step on toe. Forgive me if I do. When people used to tell me, well, I smoke. And Morel's favorite thing, his favorite thing was, nah,
Had no chimney on your
nah, he say, and they say, because it's a herb. His favorite thing was, so is poison ivy. I don't see nobody rushing out to roll that.
Right.
Or poison sumac. And this is much of a herb as anything else.
Right.
And I don't see nobody rushing out.
That herb
You
ain't
get
for
that?
That's not what that herb is for.
So all things, and that's exact. All things ain't applicable
Right.
for all things.
Hallelujah.
That's true.
Hmm?
Mhm.
See, it ain't even that I walk around, but now it's not even that I walk around and be like, oh, the pig. And I just hate that little thing on thing.
Right.
I'm not even anxious about that because now I understand. Because Mike said he is unclean unto you when he is dead. Because I made him to live, and while he's living, he has a design and a purpose, or else I wouldn't even made him.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
That's true.
But he's unclean. I want you to know he's unclean to you when he's dead, so that you don't partake of his meat.
Right.
He's not for consumption.
He's not for your consumption.
Your
Because when he's alive, he is so unclean.
Right.
Because he takes care of unclean things.
Sure
Take care of the
do.
earth.
Sure do.
He eat a snake,
I raised
he eat a rat.
you.
You leave it if the sow lay on the babies and you leave it there, she'll find a way to start going after that.
She gonna eat him. She gonna eat a dead body.
They will go after anything.
Yeah. Sure will.
That's their disposition.
That's what it is.
That's why they unclean.
Coming to anger. That's their kind of disposition.
Mhm.
Very aggressive. Very.
Mhm.
First time I ever saw one in real life. I went down to Alabama. I said, no, that was one of cousin, and we walking through the stacks of grain.
Mhm.
Notice I didn't say corn, I said stacks of grain.
Mhm.
And they taller than I am.
Right.
And they walk through it, and he don't have on no shoes. He told me I ain't need to wear about no shoes. We had on shorts. I'm a silly fella. He walking through the grains and they just smack it. Yeah. And he walked through like nothing.
Yeah.
I get halfway through that boy, I'm like, man. Hey, my mama out here, what is this? And they just smacking me. I'm like, ooh, I'm jumping. I'm jumping all out.
Right.
They come out, my leg just got, I'm like,
Right.
can't cry in front of him though, because I don't want to know. Oh, yeah, you all right? I said, he just like a walk in the park.
Right.
I'm suffering. But as we get through that field, you walking back. Because he told me, he said, I'm going to feed the pigs. And he had a big bucket. Going to feed them the slop. Had a big bucket. And the closer we getting, thank you, God. Closer we getting, I hear this. I'm like, what is that?
Right.
I'm thinking a bear or something got back there. I mean, deep and blowing out like a bull or a bear or something. I'm like, man, what is this dude going? I said, nah. Because I done seen Charlotte's Web
Right.
1,000 times. Watch Miss Piggy.
Right.
Closest thing I know to a live pork chop,
Right.
I mean, a live pig is the pork chop when it came to the table.
Right. Right.
So I have no clue. In other words, that's what I'm saying. I got back there, man, and as he cleared the field, I saw this humongous, massive beast. And I said, what is that? That's exactly what I said. I said, what is that?
Right.
No, I'm looking at a pig, but I said, what is that?
Right.
He said, it's a pig.
Right.
That ain't no pig. I know.
Right.
It was huge. I'm scared now. I'm not scared when we got them cons and them franks and we got them. I'm not scared of none of that. But now I am terrified. He said, yeah. He said, now watch it. And he had to break a couple of the stalks off, bound them together before he went over there and use them as a whip. Because in other words, if he go over there without that, guess what? She gonna charge. That's just how aggressive they are. She ain't gonna back down. She gonna charge. So he tied those together and went in the pen with that and used it as a whip so he could get to the trough and everything and check and see if any piglets are dead or anything like that. This is what he held her at bay with and beat her off with. And she just moseyed on down, eye shot of him while he going through the thing and cleaning down, doing what he got to do. But it wasn't much cleaning. It was throw that stuff over in there, check, like I said, for dead piglets or something, and get out of there. Wasn't a whole lot of maintenance. Clean up what? She gonna clean up everything. You clean it up, they might die because they a beast that love filth. That's why when we grow up and the room wasn't clean, what your mom used to call it? A pig stock or pig pen. Go clean that pig pen up. Huh? Because they love filth. That's why they named the peanut character pig pen. And he just walked around with flies and everything, just dirty. Huh? Even scripture say you can't put a jewel in the snout of a pig. It's out of place. It's out of place. Huh? Because they love filth.
Right, they do.
And so it's not, if that's how they live, then it's not conducive for you to take that to you and put that in your body. And the Almighty knew that. And that's why he made those things off limits. And what he knows is definitely off limits, he specifies.
Right, exactly. Sure did.
But here we can see that he said the precious things put forth by the sun, the precious fruits, and the precious things put forth by night, by the moon. So when does the moon rule?
At night. Yeah. That's facts.
So some precious things do grow and do come out of the night if we're gonna believe Moses and not Wikipedia, not Google, and not Siri. And it's been medicinally proven that mushrooms is one of those precious things. There is a stew that you can make of mushrooms and onions and turmeric and boil it and it's said to be very anti-cancerous, anti-tumor. It goes after tumors, especially if they're not aggressive. So you can make this broth and drink this broth of turmeric, which is anti-cancerous, anti-inflammatory. That's why if you get arthritis or inflamed or any aches and pains and it's inflamed, you could take turmeric. It's an anti-inflammatory. So you add that turmeric, you add it with onions, which is an antioxidant, which is high on the, very high up there as being beneficial. And you add the right kind of mushroom, and they say this is a super power punch, a superfood. It's medicine. It's medicine because the good fungi, which it is going to attack. It's going to go in and attack the bad bacteria and bad fungi. If you take any probiotics, all you have to, like I say, you don't have to believe me. If you don't want to believe, that's fine. Look, I have no ego like that. Go talk to scientists, doctors, herbalists. They're gonna tell you the same thing. So like I said, if you want to roll off an opinion, the same way people say meat ain't no good for you. Well, then the Almighty, then he showing up didn't love his people. Because he said, I gave you the rams of Bashan. Last I checked, a ram with meat all day long.
Yes, sir. Sure is. It ain't a vegetable.
He didn't say sit down and eat the Passover potatoes.
Right. Eat the Passover lamb.
Slaughter the Passover greens.
Slaughter the lamb.
He said slaughter what?
Lamb.
And if we could do it, Brother Aaron would be right there right now. All y'all could be in my house if I had. Where it said invite the house. You see me standing there.
Roasted. Put a little more of that juice on.
It's almost done.
So don't boil it.
Roasted.
Yes.
Huh? I'll be the first to let y'all know when it's done.
I know that's right.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah.
Because there's opinions, and I don't care who don't like. There's opinions, and then there's facts.
Right.
And we want the facts.
Hallelujah.
Hmm?
Yeah. So we want facts.
All right. Whew. Trying to work these all in. Am I right? 10 after 4?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Question on the internet, all right. I guess pertaining to what you were just talking about.
Yes, I know it's gonna be.
They asking, can you use lion's mane with onions and turmeric?
That's an herb. Lion mane. I'm not sure. That's my best answer for you. I'm not sure. Because not all herbs, having studied with Greg, not all herbs. Greg was very unique. I love him. Because like I said, and it don't make me no specialist. So don't nobody get those ideas. But I've been, since 93, I've been dealing with herbs. I dealt with herbs the same time congruently I got into martial arts. Because, and I'm not gonna go all the way into that, but that was part of the martial arts. See, martial arts it didn't stem out of violence. I had to break this down. It didn't stem out of violence. It stemmed out of medicine. That's why you the pressure point and everything. People you see them on TV now talking about, I hit you in the front, and the person like, it wasn't initial. That's the commercialization, and that's what they knew they was gonna do when the wicked got their hands on it.
Right.
This was meant to heal people.
Right.
This was meant to bring healing to the body. These conditions. It became a way of also destroying the body, huh? But all this, the herbs and everything, because it was also a lifestyle. We wasn't the only one that had life. It was a lifestyle.
Right.
It was a lifestyle that they developed in Asia. It wasn't a lifestyle that the Almighty gave to them, but it was a lifestyle that they developed. So it's a lifestyle. That's why some people, when they go to monastery, the monastery, you get away from the world. You change your whole lifestyle.
Right.
Not like going to the dojo, kicking and punching for 2 or 3 hours, and then you back, you know. No, it's a whole change of lifestyle. So medicine was also tied to it. But even in herbs, and what I like about Brother Greg, even in herbs, he had a test he used to do whenever I went to him. I said, hey, this is what's wrong, man. And he said, here, take this herb. And he put it in my hand. And then he it's in one hand, I'm holding the herb. The other hand is straight out. He said, now resist. And he pushed down. And it wasn't fake. He pushed down and go down. You be like, man, what? Because you get scared. You be like, this some magic right here. You know, the first time I'm like, this some pocus. And he put it, he said, nah.
You don't need that.
And he put another one in your hand.
Yeah.
And he pushed down. He said, that ain't it. And he put another in your hand. Then he pushed you, and you're not
Right.
doing the resist. He pushing.
Right.
He said, we got it.
What?
He said, we got it.
Yes, sir.
That's the one your body needs.
Yeah.
See, you got people talking about take her, take this, take that.
Right.
But that don't mean it's compatible with your body.
Right.
Sir.
Because your pH balance is different from my pH balance. Where your body is at right now is different from where my body is. And that's just fact. That's fact. See, none of this is complicated. That's all fact. Because maybe you taking care of your body better than Brother Aaron is. Maybe you walking better. Maybe you have less inflammation. Maybe you have less mucus. Maybe you have a lot of things to your advantage that my body doesn't have.
That's true. That's why I say that. Yeah. Wow.
So it's not so herbs. Because see, we done got herbs even down to a, like drugs that we talk about.
Right.
Just take this. Take 2 of these tomorrow and you,
It's a lifetime to take.
because it can get specific.
Right.
So that's why I said, I don't know if lion mane is a good substitute or if this is a good substitute or that's a good substitute. Unless one could get in that study and do that kind of testing.
Right.
That's knowledge. And again, why I say knowledge, wisdom, understanding, you have to pursue it.
Yes, sir.
And you don't get expertise in a month or 2 months or 3 weeks
That's right.
because you just picked up some books and called it. Nah, you don't get expertise. Just like you know more or no less than you would these scripts. You don't pick it up and in a week or two. You might memorize it, but you don't get the expertise.
Right. You understand?
Just like, can I go? Can I do it? Can I do it? Just like my brother said, just like in a short period of time, you're not going to find that somebody that's right for you in a short period of time. It takes time.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
It takes time.
It takes time.
Get to know one another.
See, when we read in these scriptures, this is a microcosm of time. Like I said, when Abraham's servant went to find Rebecca, we reading a few pages that's detailing what happened. But this is taking place over time. The time he went there, the time he observed her.
Right.
Now it might be he saw her one time, but maybe I caught her on a good day. And maybe, just maybe, she did know somebody was paying attention to her. Just maybe. I got to see if what I saw was real.
Right.
So let me observe her again.
Yes, sir.
When I go back and sit at the house, let me, although I'm talking to her family, I still got my eye on her. And let me see what she over there doing while I'm talking to the family. Because she might think nobody paying attention to her. Bam. Because see, it's a lot of little things that we miss. That's the telltale sign and become big things.
Yes, sir.
But we didn't pick up on those little indicators. Huh? Because we was in such a haste.
Actuation.
Jeez.
I gotta make him love me.
Be like the turtle, not the hare.
I gotta have her. Because it's in haste. When it should be, and we have the scriptures, when it should be in time. Even the Almighty, when he came with Father and got Father Abraham, we reading and we think it was like that. But he came and got Father Abraham, class at what age? 75. He didn't come back to him and tell him, Abraham, now I want you to walk with me and be thou perfect until he was what? 90 and 9 years old.
99 years old. 25 years.
20, over 20 years of forging.
Right.
I know we sitting there, I ain't got that long.
You don't know that though.
But that's it, and that's exactly, we don't know that. And maybe we don't, because that is the creator.
Right.
But do you it's not the number of years, get the wisdom. He let a relationship grow.
That's right.
He introduced himself to Abraham. He let Abraham know who he was. He let Abraham know what he was about. And then he told Abraham what he required. Huh?
Yes.
And then he knew Abraham. He knew him because he made him, but he knew him.
Right.
You know it.
That's why when he gave him his son, he said, "Now, kill him."
No.
Sacrifice. Yeah.
Abraham said, "For real?"
Right.
Man, I just began to like this little fella too.
Come on. To take him out. Yeah, stop.
But Father, we have fire. Yes. We have altar. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't see.
No sacrifice.
No sacrifice. He said, don't worry about it.
Man.
Come here. And like a trusting child,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
even with all the things he was feeling, he was willing to go through with it.
Right.
Because he was feeling the same thing any other man would feel.
Right.
He had had his time. That's what I'm saying. Time. Look at the scriptures and see. You don't think he had a time where he broke down and cried? I got to kill my son. This is my only. What did he give him to? His doubt. What did he even give him to me for? If he want me to kill him, he went through all that. But in the end, what prevailed is that he had a great fear for the Most High and was willing to do anything for the true and living Elohim. And that's what Yahweh wanted him to see. What was in him, that you would do anything for me like I would do anything for you.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So when he makes a statement, now I know Abraham, he already knew Abraham feared him. He is making that statement to say, now I know Abraham know how much he feared me. It's for him, not for me. I already knew. And that's why I had to stop him. No, don't
Right.
don't do it. I just needed you to see.
Yes, sir.
And we're walking through life so that we can see things and tests and trials and tribulations to see where and what we will do for Yah and with Yah. And some of them, they're very hard tests.
Yes, sir.
They rock your very fabric.
Yes, sir.
They take you down to your
Whoa.
bare minimums.
Yes, sir.
They take you to that place where you're ready to give up and give out.
Yeah.
But then you cling to the Creator.
That's the whole key.
And the Creator say, that's what I want you to see.
That's the whole key.
Because there's many that have come down, I've taken down this road, and they don't cling to me.
Mm-hmm.
They leave off from me.
Yeah.
They can't stay with me.
Man, that's facts. Sheesh. That goosebumps. That was so real.
But that don't happen overnight. That's the one thing I caution people. Because I was young. And that's what young people do. It's a joke men often pass on to men. So I can't pass it on to some of the brothers know it. Of a father and a son. And they know the joke I'm talking about. That's what you talk about. You see, everything ain't just don't do this, don't. It's that time, spending time. But it's a joke. But what it's talking about, the son, but what it is, the son is in, everything is hurried to him. Gotta do it right now.
Right.
Well, the old man like, hey, relax. Chill. Settle down. We relax and get it done this way. And we gonna reap more benefits.
Gotta know it. Gotta know it.
Huh?
That's right.
He opened the young man's eye. Nah, I ain't see it like that. I know, because you young.
Right.
And you going in young man's strength.
Yes, sir.
I'm old.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going in old man wisdom.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
There's a wisdom.
Sure is.
There's a wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And why does women have his age, Dr. Sabi? That's why they could still be drawn to him. Or Ronald Isley. Ronald Isley's wife is about 20, 30 years his junior.
Yeah.
A lot of older men out there still pulling. Still pulling. Like I said, they should be fat and flourishing,
Yes, sir.
even in older age.
Yes, sir.
Because they now working with wisdom.
And exposure is a great deterrent.
Wisdom. They know things.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't nothing like knowledge, wisdom, and understanding when you learn from it.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
My mother said, it's a shame to be a fool, but it ain't nothing like an old fool.
Ooh, right.
That's right.
That's right.
It's always a shame to be a fool, but it ain't nothing like an old fool.
Man.
So
Facts.
we don't want to be old fools.
Right. Right.
But the only way you don't be an old fool is that you go through being foolish a little bit. And looking back on it and learning.
Yes,
Learn
sir.
from it.
And say, hey,
Yeah.
that didn't work. That didn't, see? So there ain't no need to rush back into nothing.
Right.
Where they around there, it be passing by and I'm like, ooh. But I ain't trying to rush back into nothing. And that's the stance we have to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Rush back into another set of troubles or adverse situations
Moving too fast. Paying attention.
because we didn't let things
Yeah.
take its natural course.
Hallelujah.
It's out there.
Naturally.
Friends, but how can I be friends? I ain't got no friends.
Hallelujah.
Well, scripture say he
Who shows himself
that have friends must first show himself friendly.
friendly.
And that's why I say, but friendly without, and here's the caveat, and I think I didn't finish it. Friendly without the pressure.
All right.
See, there's too much pressure.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Like I tell my son, I said, ain't nothing to eat, because I done kind of messed him up, I think, a little bit. Because he kind of real hard line now. He be like, Dad, I just ain't going out with him. I be like, back up, son.
Right.
Chill.
Settle.
Chill. That's what my sister was talking about. I just ain't gonna go out with her. It's over. One day, yeah. She didn't look at me right. I'm like, good gracious, what did I do to you, boy? I'm like, yow, man, I ain't tell you to do that. He just cut no lifeline, no second, no nothing. She got one strike and he called her out. Even baseball, you get 3 strikes. She got 1 and he dismissed her. I said, man. But like I told him, when I talked to him, I said, well, who's getting married tomorrow?
Right.
Who's going to the altar tomorrow? So why are you dismissing it when you should just let things be a friend? Okay, that's one night. That's one day. That's one thing. And everybody can have one thing, one time that don't go right. You can catch me on a bad day, and I might have had some onions and something else, and then get a chance to put gum in, and I might be like, how you doing? You're like, ooh.
Eyebrows.
And if that's enough for you, I can't give him no more than him. But you ain't had a day where you've been a little tart too? In somebody's face? Come on now. Yes, you have. Can I talk to y'all? Can I make it plain? We gonna get some script, but can I make it plain? It's called, what my sister was asking the question of, it's called demanding more of others than you demand of yourself sometimes.
Yes, sir. Teach. Man.
And if you do that, like my sister said, that's when you yourself are inflicting stuff upon yourself, because you will never be able to find somebody if you demand more of them than of yourself, or equally, because you can magnify everything that they do, and it's no good for you. Mm-hmm. Losing sight that there's some things you do that might be offensive to them or somebody else. Somebody else that you might be digging, you might do something offensive, and they like,
yeah,
later.
Yeah.
So the wisdom is, like I said, as you get older, and why old people like they are.
Ain't no time for games.
Nah, they like, it ain't no, they like, look.
Old folks don't play no games.
It ain't no time for all the stress.
Let's go.
But in knowing they ain't it ain't no time for all this stress. We gonna let it happen.
Right.
We gonna let it be. We gonna let it come what come. We kick it off in that manner. We kick it off in that manner. We don't. We can be friends.
That's right.
Platonic friends. That's why you can see a lot of older people, they can have platonic friendships. They learn that it's not that pressure, because they beyond that. They done live and they beyond trying to force something, or not even force, but hey, let life. I talked to somebody, they said, man, I'm giving up, I'm retiring. Because they at that stage in life where they want life to chill, to come to. Mm-hmm. They done had the years of, I got to get up, the hustle, the bustle, the blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Let life, it's their time to do that.
Right.
That's where I should be. I done had it, man, I done put some scars on his hands, some wounds in his head, worried, some greater. I'm getting on the other side, not going depth, but I'm getting on the other side where I'm ready to.
Trying to get on the other side.
I ain't got no time to be trying to get into a whole bunch of. That's why you won't see me at trying to go at no nightclub.
Right.
With 20 and 30 and then poppy. I'm like,
find you a nightclub, all right. Find you a bar, a nightclub, or somewhere to go. Get you a social life.
I got a social life, brother.
Nice.
I have a social life. But I ain't trying to go to no bar, no club. I'll let you hit Brandy, the Skippers, and all the rest of them all you want to. I'm staying out of there. I need to meet you. I need to meet you on Nature Preserve, Winton Woods, the park bench. You may have came over because I was sitting there getting my midday nap, and he said, "Sir, you all right?" I said, "Bless you, child."
Come on. You ain't that old.
I said, bless you, child. You concerned them. I said, they're like, boy, I bless you, child. You want to be with the elders. Nah, I'm not getting that up. But do y'all understand what I'm saying? There's a difference when you settle in life.
Yes, sir.
When you settle in life, you approach things from a different perspective.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All this pressure, because pressure make things pop.
First. Yes,
What's
it
the
does.
pressure? I'm confused.
Because people making it happen.
Okay.
Trying to-
Like I said, when I was young, I'm trying to make it happen. I see her, I gotta make her.
Right.
I gotta make her. Cause I see it, I know she digging me. I gotta make it happen.
Right.
I gotta make it happen. Even if it means I gotta be putting up facades, doing things that I really don't do. Saying and talking and dressing like I really don't dress. Huh? And then, like I said, they took me in the store with them. I went to today's men with them one time, went shopping with them. Dude said, yeah, try these on. I got in that dressing room. I'm like, got one pant leg, and that thing just started constricting my leg. I said, this man don't know I'm almost 50 years old. What is he trying to do? Give me a stroke? Cut off my circulation? I'm like, he trying to give me a stroke. I come out, they talking about, yeah, don't fit you right. I said, I can't breathe. And I can't move. I can't bend over. Get in there. He ain't got much meat on his bone. Get him into him. Get him. Get me out of this stuff.
Trying to dress me like a Rick Ross or something.
Huh? No. I'm beyond that. Comfortability.
Right.
Everything comfortable. Life comfortable. I don't need the ripping and running.
Right.
I planned out a whole month. What is it? Not saying I don't go nowhere. I hope y'all ain't missed this. But today we're going here. And then when we get done here, we're going here. And then when we get done here, we're going here. Then when we get done here, we're going here. Then when we get done here, we're going here. I said, did you put a half hour in there for my nap? Oh, you're so silly. I ain't being funny. I ain't being funny. I've come in my advanced years, I've come to realize the importance of sleep. When I was a young man, like I said, I went to work doing concrete construction. I get off, I run, I stay up till 2, 3 at night, knowing I had to be back on the work site at 6 at night. But that wasn't nothing, because I'm a young man. Try it now. Try it now. Something got to give. That's why them beautiful children, of mine, huh? They don't give me no problem. Especially like a day like the Sabbath today, they don't give me no problem. Because they know. They say, they probably got head bets. They probably say 11 o'clock. I got 10:50. I got 10 o'clock. They probably got head bets. He gonna be knocked out. I give him 11. I got 10:50. Because they know when I get, I'll be talking to him midstream. I'll be telling, yeah, that class that I taught today, see, I was telling on the scriptures. They said, Daddy, you just went to sleep talking to us in midstream. I said, no, I didn't. They said, yeah, you did. I'm out. Because my outlook, and I'm saying these things, nobody, don't think I'm just so feeble and weak. I'm saying I'm in a different place now than how I was when I was 20 and 30. I'm in a different place. So it take a different thing. And that's the kind of person I know that if I am to involve myself with, that's the kind of, they have to be there. They have to be there. See, to truly be, because it's one thing we can say hallelujah, we can kick it, we can go out. Like my brother said, yeah, we can go downtown, we can kick it, we go to a jazz club. But there's layers to this. There's layers to this. Rebecca, we looked over the scripture, we saw Rebecca did not know the Almighty.
Nope.
Laban is an idol worshiper. If he's an idol worshiper, she's his brother, their brother and sister, then she's a what?
Idol worshiper.
They were able, but what happened in the process of time, as she goes back to Isaac, is that is able to be what? Rectified. Like you were saying about your father. See, these relationships aren't that different. Like you saying about your father. Over a process of time now, where you used to talk to him about it, he was real. Now you're talking to him about it, he's kind of like, because what? What's the great equalizer? Time. Time. Time is the great equalizer.
Yes, it is.
Huh? Does he want me? Time will tell.
Right. Yeah.
Time will tell. And what I said is 7 years. Huh? Jacob Warner. Look, they blowing. I said 7 years, they. Some of them ain't even looking at me. They done look completely down. They like, who he talking to? 7 years. What the? They like, Huh? Huh? Almost a decade?
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah.
How many cats hanging? Huh? Huh? 7 hours don't go right. They like, let me move on. Let me move on. And they ain't been but 7 hours. It takes time, because even once one gets married, I hope some people can get something out of it. Even once you're married, time is still the equalizer. You're still finding out things in time.
Yeah. That's true.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's just that you agree now to join yourself together and find these things out together. Huh? That's why you don't. So let me speak to that real quick. Because today we going to speak on and I guess we get the family, y'all get your books out, but today is to the children. We'll probably speak on the second half because we're coming up on 5 o'clock. Because today is the children's section. But it's not that you take a step back and let the man be a father. You still understanding what marriage is about. You're still there to assist him. So it's not that you remove yourself. It's just that you let him take you let him take the lead, but you're there to assist. You're there to be the helpmate. Hey, this is why your daddy is telling you this. He's telling you this because X, Y, and Z. And we're going to show that when we deal with some of these scriptures in Proverbs. That you let him take the lead, but you don't totally just remove yourself from the picture. Right. No more than a man does with his daughter. He lets the woman who can relate to the daughter better than he can have a more prominent role, but he's still there. He don't remove himself totally away, because then she's only receiving one side of the equation. And you can't solve the problem if you only have one side of the equation. Yeah. So you must be engaged. So there is no fear of what is he going, if I let him do it, what is he going to teach? No, because you're still engaged. You're still there. You still have your say. It's just that you're letting him take the predominant role. Understand? But it's still a joint venture, a team effort. And that's what marriage is. It's just that you're letting him have the predominance. All the notes we don't went through, letting him have the predominance of the house. But you're still very much engaged. You're still very much there. You're still there as the helpmate to help him. He might have oversight and miss something. Well, you're there to pick it up.
Hallelujah.
It didn't say he God, so he might not know how to handle something. And you might. Right. You might know that it called for a soft hand, this situation. Right. Where he want to come in and use a hard hand. What is called for a soft hand. So it's never that I just totally detach. I'm always engaged. Because again, it's about relationships. About relationships. Now let me get to this as well before the break. Should a woman, and correct me if I'm not wording it right, should a woman pursue a man or not?
No, I ain't, no, that's wrong.
Okay.
I'm saying, I don't think there's nothing wrong with a woman pursuing a man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, if that's it's like that's you always pursuing a man. You don't never give a guy that a chance to even, try to pursue you or find out things about
Oh, you always on the hunt then?
Yeah, you always on the hunt.
And never the hunt.
Yeah, just ain't never.
That's nasty.
Like, oh my goodness, like you don't never give the guy a chance to even, even see that side of you or, nothing, even know anything of it because you're always trying to pursue them. Like,
well,
and
there's reasoning behind that because as the young folks say, there's a lot of thirsty people. Okay.
Yes, they do.
Hey, we laugh, but there's a lot of thirsty people out there. And you'll never realize how thirsty they really are. Because as the Almighty Scripture say, it's not good for man to be alone. But when he made that statement, he also made that statement, it ain't good for the woman to be alone. As much as you can, it take a heck of conditioning to get yourself to accept being alone. It heck of conditioning because it's not good. Because as I told my son, I don't care all your accolades. I don't care all the things you achieve. I don't care all the awards you're going to win. There is no feeling like when you achieve something and you have somebody legitimately by your side that you can share that achievement with, and that can celebrate that achievement with you. That's why graduations are so great, because the person goes through all 12 of their years, and then to see everybody come to the graduation and cheer their name and make a fuss and a ruckus over it and rah, 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 and take pictures and everything after that. It's a wonderful feeling for that person.
Yes, sir.
They've had, because I've seen people and known stories of people that go to graduations and nobody's there.
Yeah.
Now they're accomplished, but it don't hit the same way.
Right.
Because there's nobody there. They're looking around and they're seeing the joy of everybody, and there's nobody else there with them. That's why a couple of years ago they had a thing on Facebook that they was putting around. And normally I don't think a lot of things is good, but this was good. They said share this and tag the, y'all know what that kind of stuff is. Tag this person, because it showed a young man who copped 2 buses, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Woke up very early in the morning, caught 2 buses to get to school, 2 buses to get home from school. Probably on it, and when he got to graduation, there was not a family. Everybody else had a family. There's no family there because he's on his own. Nobody even know he's on his own. And so that's why when they put it out there, they said, well, tag this and tag it so that we can show him some love and be that surrogate family and celebrate in his accomplishment.
Yes, sir.
And the millions and millions and millions of people on Facebook. Maybe we can't be there physically, but we can let him know that, hey, we recognize him and he's not by himself. And we appreciate this. We joy in this and we celebrating this so they can give him strength to keep going on. Because there's nothing like it. I don't care how accomplished. Money don't speak to you like that. Gold don't speak to you like that. Suits and shoes and material, it don't speak to you like that. You need the reaction and interaction of some flesh, of a mind, of a spirit that's celebrating you. That's why when I teach, it's not always that she had to be for a right man. It ain't always that she got to be there because of something where you're doing something physical. Sometimes what means so much, and men don't like say, but what means so much sometimes is just a simple touch. Just no words. Just when he drop his head, I'm coming out. Well, what's wrong with you today? He drop his head, just a simple walk, and just put your hand on his shoulder and rub it. Or put your hand on his head and just stroke it. Not a word need to be said. And that's a comforting feeling for him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's a comforting feeling for him. I was with one of my brothers, and I often do it when I go and visit people that's sick. And sometimes, a lot of time, most of the time, I go with very few words. Very few words. Because not a lot need to be said. But I go with a touch. Rub their hand. Rub their foot. I want to say, no, shh. Let silence be out there. My touch gonna tell you what I need to tell you. You hear me? Come at ease. When people have lost their ability to verbally communicate, that's what people do a lot of time when they go to. I pray that y'all have, but I have. The last hour that a lot of time you spend with people, there is not a lot of talking, but there's touching. And you can touch that person. And as you touch them, and then pretty soon they might just, as my brother was saying, go in peace. You've given them the insurance. You ain't got to go in. It's all right.
Right, yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna be crying. Now they back there like, inside they're like, you didn't just got them all jacked up.
Right, that's true, though, man.
Don't you worry about it. Somebody please get them out of this room. I got so much I wanted to tell you. Stop.
Right.
But that effort wasn't done when they was up and well. If you had so much you wanted to tell them, you should have went and told them with that same effort then.
That's true.
See, it's not a lot of words at a certain point. It's not a lot of words. That's when you vibe. See, that's when you vibing. When you really vibing, it ain't even a lot of words. There's a song, and then I'm gonna get you, Brother Haikai. Many people misconstrue this song, and it's a beautiful song, and it's a young lady, and many people right off the top they misconstrue this song, and it's called Hours. I don't know how many of y'all familiar with it. And right away, when people hear it, Hours, they who, what, who got time for all that hours? Because they show you where the mind is at. But she's saying many things. She said, I can sit there and look at you for hours. I could talk to you for hours. I can listen to you for hours. She ain't sung a song and the whole song just been about, there's some stuff, but that's not the whole song. She said, there's many other things. I can be with you. Just be with you for hours. But with that jacked up mind, she talking about, I ain't got time for all that. That's because that's where your mind's stuck at. Because when you vibing, like Michael Jackson, don't stop till you get enough.
Right.
But more importantly, Barry White, I can't get enough. Your love, babe. Come on, bro, my son. And my 30-year-old, 40-year-old, they don't know nothing about that. Oh, when I get tomorrow, another beautiful day. Put the windows down. Doom, doom, doom. Yeah. They ain't ready. Yes, sir.
Shabbat Shalom. I do have a question, all right. Now, should a man? Should a man?
Is this one of them internet?
No. This is
Live streaming question. Okay.
Mine. I ain't putting this is mine.
No, I know who you be listening to, so that's why I'm asking. Go ahead.
So should a man find a woman to get on his program? Should a man find a woman to get on his program, or should a man find a woman to be a part of her program?
A man and woman should find somebody that's conducive to be in their life. See, it's not a man or a woman thing. It's finding somebody that's conducive to be in your life. The way you've been raised, the way you've been brought up, your moral standards, your moral values, what you think of yourself. That's why in Proverbs it says, let's go there about the woman. Because like I said, that was the virtues of this one virtuous woman. These are the virtues that a man should have.
Right.
Again, time. Man, she got good qualities. Time showed me that. Maybe I didn't see it at first, but man, that's okay. She talking about this, but I'm starting to see it. Like I said, the family of Yah is not only talking about how we're gonna put people together so they can get married. When we talk about the family of Yah, we're talking about fixing people. Because people get married to other people. Right. So we're talking about making people better people. Because it's people that have relationships with people. It's people that marry people.
Yes, sir.
That's part of this. Stop hitting it about, I'm not saying nobody here, but stop hitting it. That's what society has done. Man versus woman. Woman versus man. And we're talking about people.
Right.
Because both must understand role, both must understand functionality, both must bring something to the prospective relationship. Who's ever tasted a dish and they didn't like it when they first tasted it and it grew on them?
Yeah, I have.
It became what they call acquired taste.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Acquired means what? Over what?
Over
Time. You might meet somebody and they got to become acquired taste.
Because I'm just saying, I said that because I'm not taking it back to me and my wife, because like she said, when I met her, she didn't know nothing about walking in this way of life or what this way of life was. And I myself, I wasn't really all that far entrenched into it, but I was entrenched enough that when I was out looking for another woman, looking for someone to be with, then I knew when I met her, I was like, hey, she's someone I wanted to pursue, but I was looking at some other people too. You know, and I put some things on the line. And
I had to, and not to cut you off, but I had the beauty of knowing you two beautiful people from the inception. And again, if I don't leave you with nothing else today, if you don't take nothing else today, away from the day.
Time.
Right, man.
And I gotta get my black marker because that's what they charging me on the internet. My black marker. If I don't leave you with nothing else today,
There it is.
Yes, sir.
Time. Time. Capital, all capital. Time.
I am an acquired taste.
Time. And I say that because I'm not gonna put y'all business out, but I know it took time.
Yes, sir.
Didn't happen
Yes,
overnight.
sir.
Like I said, I'm privy. If y'all don't mind me speaking, since y'all use, I'm privy to know things. I'm privy to know that there was some time where it looked like this ain't happening. Period. Yeah, you can go down your way, and I go my way. I know what others don't know because I've been with you for some time.
Yes, sir.
And it didn't. And so overnight is not how this blossomed.
No, it's not.
This blossomed through time.
A lot
Some
of
hard times,
Yeah.
some rough times,
Yeah. There's some real
some rougher times, some hit the road Jack times, some Ray Charles times.
Yeah.
But that's the beautiful thing
Yes,
about
sir.
time.
Yeah.
Time was able to rectify everything
Yes,
because
sir.
it took time for you to see what you needed to see. It took time for her to see what she needed to see. And then time said, let's meet somewhere in the middle.
Yes, sir. And see, and it was a beautiful thing in all that time because in that time, it was some things I didn't see. I didn't tell her about me going to Sabbath class and how I go to Sabbath class. She asked about that. And over a process of time, she said, I'm going to class. And so that in itself showed me then, like, okay, she's taking hold of this.
But when she
She
first
looked
asked,
to walk at this.
when you first told her though,
She was like,
she probably was like,
I
thank
ain't
you.
doing none of
That's
that.
all I got to say.
But it's a time, and it was a process of time, because I knew she liked me.
Yeah.
You know, but I knew then too, I can't, like Moray Alicia was teaching on it at that time. Like, you can't just go battering people upside their head because your knowledge is your knowledge. And what you know. But there was a time you didn't know none of this.
And your experience is
You
your
ain't know none
experience.
of
You
this.
didn't know none
And
of
you
it.
had to experience and you had to grow and you had to get to where you are today. So when you meeting people, you gotta give them people an opportunity to grow and to get to where they're gonna get to if they're gonna be with you. Because they may not know nothing about the Sabbath and they may not attend the Sabbath class. But if they want to be with you and they constantly see you ain't answering their calls on Saturday, they can't get hold of you on Saturday, and they want to know what you're doing on Saturday, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna come to class on Saturday.
That's
And they're
why.
gonna be here with you.
That's
And
why.
then time to proceed. And then it'll grow and do what it need to do. Hallelujah.
And I love time
Yes, sir.
because time, as I said, time is undefeated.
Yes.
Time has no equal except the Creator, because He's the Almighty, He's the Eternal, so He is the Father of time.
Yes, sir.
But time has never been defeated. You're not going to outrun it. You're not going to overmanage it.
Right.
You're not going to correct it.
Definitely can't get it
I
back.
get it back.
Can't get it back.
And the scriptures say all things. 3rd chapter of Ecclesiastes.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
This is one of my favorite chapters. And then we're going to take a final comment, sister, have her hands up, and then we're going to break because it's 5 o'clock.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 3.
And those in the internet audience, time. Time. Well, how much time do I have? You'll know when you don't know. When you have as much time as you need, and when you don't have enough time, you won't be here to know it. I know people that get married, they still get married at 80 and 90 years old. Finding love all over again. That's why Mother Sarah said, when we wax old, can we find pleasure now? Because we've been past that time. I might say, is anything too hard? Because no, you're going to experience a different level of love. But Ecclesiastes 3
Yes, sir.
and 1.
Hallelujah.
Now, never misconstrue. It don't, like I said, and I'm not trying to do it. You say you need help. We all need help. It don't make it easy.
No, it don't.
I know with time come change. So I'm waiting on my season of change.
Yes.
Things I'm going through.
Yes, sir.
I'm waiting on but it's in time. I don't know that time. That time could be tonight. That time might be another 10 years. But as my mother said, it's an ill wind that never changes. So I know it's going to change. Sam Cooke wrote, a change going to come.
Yes.
It's got to change.
Yes,
All things have to change.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. That's the truth.
You just have to learn how to walk through, be strong. Time. Because in Ecclesiastes 3 and 1,
To everything
everything,
there is a season.
don't creation itself have a season?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Everything have a season.
Appointed time.
Apple tree ain't gonna bud in December,
Show
No, it's
away.
not.
Show away.
else all the fruit get frozen,
Yeah.
and you destroy its budding process.
Yeah. That's the problem.
So it has to what? Wait. Rose bushes, they have to wait. They lying, they look, they standing there just dead, brown. Mama got a yard full of them, so I know. Dead and brown, brittle, you can just snap them. Suspended animation, suspended
Yes,
in
sir.
time. They stand there all the winter months until the time and season
Like
change,
this.
like it is right now. And now all them beautiful flowers, poof, come forth and staring you in your face.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Because to everything there's a what?
A season
And a what?
and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
A time,
To be born,
a time,
to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
once we start understanding, that's what make life so precious.
Hallelujah.
Because just like I was born, I know there's a day
Mhm.
I have to go the way of all flesh.
Mhm.
And that's what make life precious.
Right. Right.
And I know I know that's the finality of this life.
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's
If
right.
you live in it long enough, you will die.
Better know
So whatever I have in between, that's what I make count. That's why you hear us come in here and we say we thank the Almighty for life.
Hallelujah.
Even though it's been rough,
it. Mhm.
we thanking Him.
Yes.
Even though it's been hard, we thanking Him.
Yes.
Mhm.
While we here to do so.
Thank you.
Because as the scriptures say, the dead can't praise Yah.
Sure can.
You know nothing. So that's what he means to count our days. Make them count. They're precious
Number all day.
to number your days.
Yes, sir.
A time to plant,
A time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill.
Oh, I don't kill nothing.
And a time
There come a time you better kill.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
might have to kill.
Yes, sir.
That don't mean it's all the time,
Right.
That's right.
Right.
but there come a time
Where you gonna
you might have to kill. And the Creator never said thou shalt not kill. He said thou shalt not murder.
Innocent.
That's the commandment. The shedding of innocent blood.
Hallelujah.
A time to kill and a time also to what?
Heal.
Heal.
A time to break down. And a time to build up. A time to weep.
Yes.
And a time to laugh.
Ain't always time to laugh. Time to cry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But ain't always time to cry.
Right.
It's a time to laugh.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
A time to mourn. And a time to dance. A time to cast away stones. And a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace. And a time to refrain from embracing.
Even if I'm with my wife or my significant other. Huh? My wife. And that's who should be a significant other, a woman.
Right.
And the woman to a man, man to a woman.
Mhm.
That's what script. That's the only way scriptures teach.
Right.
That's the only way scriptures teach.
Hallelujah.
If we're gonna go and live by scripture, that's the only way it teaches. But even so, there's a time to embrace. There's a time that we don't embrace.
Yes, sir.
Well, you don't show me enough affection. Why? Well, when we was out at the business meeting, you wouldn't hold me all close and tight. That's because we was at a business meeting in which that kind of display should not be shown.
Right.
Now, because if I'm not mistaken, when we left the business meeting, I took you out and we went out, we ate, we went to the park, we held hands, we walked, we hugged. So I'm missing something.
Right.
I'm missing something right here. Where do I not show you enough affection?
Right. Really.
Because you don't understand, may not understand, or the person may not understand the time.
Right.
Not only sisters, men too, because men get all frustrated.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
you ain't trying to be with me tonight.
Right.
Honey, I just need a few minutes. I done had all 3 of these kids that you gave me,
Right.
and we spent time together.
Tired.
Johnny was jumping off the roof.
Making her bad.
Timmy went and had too much Kool-Aid, and so he just off the sugar on a sugar binge.
Right.
I've been chasing them all day long. I am really pooped. Oh, when he should, the best for me and say, I can understand that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
One of the biggest stars in sports is reported is getting ready to get a divorce.
Yeah, I heard of that.
And it's for that reason. Time. Because they're dedicating so much time to something else and not time to the family. And now the woman legit, and hers is legit, and now she is fed up with it.
Right.
You want to be married to that? That's what we was talking about.
Yeah.
You want to be married to that? You be married to that. Because you're not married to me. Because I need you just like that needs you.
Right. I need you more than that.
Right. Right.
So a time. Let's finish.
A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silence and a time to speak.
When they, like I said, when the job shut down the division, I ain't get all frustrated. Even my mother, like, you all right? I said, I'm cool. I said, because number one, I've been seeing it, that it's coming. You know, my Ben showed it to me. Time just finally done got here. I've been young. Brother read one of my favorite songs. I've been young. I'm a little older. Never seen the righteous forsaken.
Hallelujah.
And I've been through some things myself.
Yes, sir.
And our body almighty, I've never been forsaken.
Hallelujah.
I've been corrected, but I've never been forsaken.
Hallelujah.
And I've never seen my seed. Even if I had to go without and bear it on my own shoulders, everything, I knew for a certain I would never see my seed
Yes, sir.
begging for bread.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Because my Elohim won't do that.
Won't do it.
And not only did he show me he won't do that, he said, you ain't going to be forsaken either.
Right.
I'm going to correct you,
Right.
but I'm going to take care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what he has done.
Hallelujah.
Finish.
A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. What profit have he that worketh that worketh in that wherein he laboreth.
I have seen the travail which Elohim had given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. In other words, he said he's seen the travail. Travail is hardship, life.
Right.
And he's seen men as they live life. He's seen them in travail. Because a man born of a woman, his days are many, and all of them are filled with travail and hardship. So he's seen it. But then look what he says as we close out in 11. But he, who is he? The Almighty. He have made everything beautiful, what?
In his time.
His time. Also, he has set the world in their heart so that no man can find out the work that Elohim maketh from the beginning to the end.
Hallelujah.
We are masters over time. We subjects to it, just like we subjects to the Creator. So, in long to short, the essence is live. Live. Enjoy every day that you have above ground in this land of the living. Live for yourself. Because I've been told, haven't happened to, but I've been told that when you're looking too hard, that's when you miss exactly what you're trying to find.
Yes, sir.
Because you're looking too hard. But when you relax, and let it go, in time, it seems to come right to you.
Right to you.
Right to you.
Yeah.
So enjoy life. Always, that's my teaching. Because that's what I have to live by. Always focus on you. Always be the best version of you you can be.
Better know.
You friendly, stay friendly.
Hallelujah.
You loving, stay loving. Nobody might not be there to receive that love today, but they sure enough might be there to receive it tomorrow and the next day and from your life on out. And you can give it all to them.
Hallelujah.
And they'll appreciate it because they're the right one.
Right.
As opposed to you giving it to somebody and they don't appreciate it because they're the wrong one.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. That's right. Hallelujah. Hallelujah on that one. Yes, sir.
Final comments. I know y'all ready to break after that. I am. Sweating like a Southern Methodist minister. At the barbecue pit. Any comments on that from anybody?
Wait on y'all.
Time.
Oh, yeah. Man.
You know, easy peasy. As they say, easy peasy. Interaction. I deal with people. No, I said them old songs. That's what was beautiful about it. I never knew love before. Then came you.
Mm-hmm.
See that y'all young, y'all don't know. I grew up in that tail end there. I knew all that. I know all this. I never knew love before, and then came you. In other words, I didn't know, but you came out of nowhere. But when it's right, it's rewarding. You might pop up tonight. You might pop up tomorrow. Might pop up 10 years from now. Might pop up 50 years from now. I don't have no teeth. She don't have no teeth. All we can do is put one leg out the bed and then put it back up in there. But we together though. When we look over ourselves and we still smile and we connected.
Yeah, that's true.
I will close out on this. Look at study Abigail. It don't give us an age, but we know Abigail spent some time with Nabal. A person that by description she shouldn't have been with because they're completely different people. He a fool, he's mean, he's careless, he's evil. She's loving, she's wise, she's kind, and she's been with him for some time. But what happened in time? The Almighty said, I'll release you from him. And now when I release you from him, you'll find you're going to go with the right man. And she not only went with the right man, She went with King David. She found her king. Let the Almighty give you your king.
Hallelujah.
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 All right, let's get that break in. Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right. Let's stand. My son, Nassim.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, Father, Yahweh, we hope that you continue to bless us throughout the day, continue to give us knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We hope and pray that you continue to allow us to enjoy this break. In your name we pray by saying hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time, both day and night. Hallelujah.
And we're going to deal with the children when we come back.
It is 5:18. We will resume class at 6.